to our gem museum. All this for just $74.95. For more information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. Jewellery Maker, bringing out the designer in you.
Do you need a helping hand to get started with Jewellery Maker? Are you stuck for ideas and need inspiration? Then visit our Jewellery Maker website, where you can find our video tutorials. Expand your knowledge and skills with these easy-to-follow jewellery making demonstrations. Whether you're a beginner, hobbyist, or business owner, there's always something new to learn. It couldn't be easier. Simply click and learn some new jewellery making techniques.
Book now to take part in The Experience. Take a behind-the-scenes tour of our TV studios, meet the presenters, and learn about gemstones and jewellery. The price of £169 includes an overnight stay at the picturesque White Swan Hotel, a buffet lunch, refreshments, and a 3-course dinner. Dates are limited, so call or email us now for an experience you'll never forget.
Jewellery Maker course gift vouchers are now available. You can choose from a bronze, silver, or gold voucher. Each voucher is worth a different amount that entitles you to put towards a course of your choice. For more information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655.
Buying jewellery online from us has just become even easier with our new streamlined checkout service. We've made some little changes to make our website more accessible for all of the different ways you shop online, and now it's even easier using a mobile phone or tablet. Once you have added your items to your shopping basket, you can decide to check out now or save for later. Saving an item for later means you can easily find them in your own time, but don't forget to check back soon, as all our items are selling fast. One of just a few changes that will make buying jewellery from us even easier.
From the 1st of November, we will be live for 12 hours a day. Enjoy shopping with Jewellery Maker.
Tune in to The Late Show this Friday for our Miss It, Miss Out special, where every customer that checks out between 5 and 9 p.m. will be entered into a prize draw where you could win a place on a workshop of your choice. Don't miss it, or you'll miss out.
Good afternoon and welcome to the very first mid-show, and it is called Designer Inspiration. Let's have a woo! Come on, come on! It's very exciting. Do you know what? It's so exciting. We have balloons. That is how exciting it is. Now, as I'm sure many of you already know, we are going to have 2 whole hours of demonstrations with the lovely Laura Binding this afternoon. I keep wanting to say this evening, I'm so used to doing the late show.
Right.
How are you, Laura?
Yeah, I'm good. Good.
So now, Laura is synonymous with the medium wire. However, we do have some wire, but you have branched out into jewel enamel, haven't you?
I have, yes.
And how have you found it?
I love it. I absolutely love it.
So how long have you been dabbling in jewel enamel?
Probably about on and off since Christmas. So probably the best part of this year, but it's finding the time to sit down and actually explore it. So it's been really good to be able to do that.
Perfect. So for the next 4 hours, we are going to be seeing some jewel enamel and we're going to see some wire work. So there's a real mix of things for the advanced and things for people who have just started out in jewellery making. As you have just heard, Laura's only been doing enamel for a couple of months. So it's quite nice for people to see the earlier stages of it as well. But as normal, we still have some great strands that we can bring you. We've got kits, we've got bundles, we've got demos, we've got storage bags, we've got tools. Is there anything that we don't have in the next 4 hours? And we've got Ben. And we have Ben. That is how good it is. So do stay with us, and we are going to kick off with a fabulous kit. Now this is a bit of a newbie kit, if I'm right. It's called New to Jewellery Maker. So, oh, and it's all going to fall down. It's fine, it's fine. It is going to fall down. I'm going to do this first. Now, when I first started jewellery making, oh, my name's Sarah, by the way, I didn't even introduce myself. When I first started, I didn't have one of these. And I would cut strands on the sofa, and they would go everywhere, and I'd try and keep them on the arm of the sofa, and it doesn't work, and they end up all over your floor. This is an absolute essential. It's really great as well, because you've got the measurements around here, and you have all your grooves. It's a great way to plan all your jewellery. It's a great way to stop it rolling around on tables, and it's also a great way to get everything uniform. If you are doing anything on 3 strands, you can measure them all right so that they're all individually placed on the necklace. So that's our first thing that we have. Then we have one of these. Now this is your jump ring opener. It just saves you, if you do have any dexterity problems, you wear this like a ring, and it means that you can just take one tool and open your jump rings. Jump rings are essential to jewellery making. Very, very useful, very, very simple to use. Now, if you're wondering, well, if I have this, I still need a tool. Don't worry, because we've got the toolkit as well. It is our little toolkit, but with everything that you need. So in this, you have your cutters, your round nose pliers, your flat nose pliers, your snippers, your scoop, your bead reamer. Now this is what is going to help you, if you have quite a small drill hole, you can use this and you just twist it around in the drill hole, and it will make that hole slightly bigger. So if you've got a bigger gauge wire that you want to put through it, maybe you want to put several beading threads through it, then that's perfect. You've got your tweezers, and you've got this. Now this is so helpful. Again, this is great for your jump rings, all your essential findings you can store in these 7 little boxes here. Very, very useful on all, oh, let me just show you those. There they are, all individual little boxes. And of course, it just fits in to the little pouch. Perfect. Now, I think, Laura Binding, you've got 2 of these, haven't you? So you take one on the train with you, if you're doing a long journey or something, and you've also got it for one at home, is that right?
Yeah, I've got lots, really. I've got one that I do have in my bag all the time, because you found that out, didn't you? I had a panic because my mine's gone, and I put my bail pliers and everything in it. And I also put some little gemstones in the little compartment bit, and also some little findings as well. So it's always handy to have it, and in wherever you are, it's all in there. So yeah, it's essential, really.
Lovely, lovely. Okay, so you are getting everything. I've got this piece of foam here. Now, you get this. I don't have a foam mat. Should I have a foam mat?
Yeah.
So to stop my beads rolling?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do need one, because every time I go into the lounge now, there's various seed beads, and they get stuck in my foot.
I always often put the mat next to my beading board, and then I can put all of my beads and things in there, and I spread out between the 2, and then I can play about with designs, and then when I'm ready to start sort of plotting it out on here, you know, so I work between the 2 of them.
I need one of these. It's a good job I'm on today's show. That's going to save me a lot of money from all the beads that get swept up when I clean. Oh, not so many. Moving on, let's get you a price on this. This is brand new for jewellery makers, and it's a great, great gift as well. Now, don't forget, the toolkit by itself is normally $9.95, but we are going to bring you everything that you have seen for one price only. For $9.95, that is how we are starting off our show. So you buy this, an essential, and you get your foam mat, your jump ring opener, and your beading tray, all for free. Jump on the phone lines. It's as same as all our other shows. It's a free phone number. It's 0800 644 655. It's still only ever one postage and packing, and that is for the whole day, and that is $2.95. And then we've also got the web, where you can buy on the website. Just make sure you check out your baskets. You can check out your baskets as many times as you want during those 24 hours, so midnight to midnight, and they will all be added to the same order. $9.95, great gift as well. well with Christmas coming up. Maybe you know someone who's recently retired, someone who perhaps can't go to work for a couple of months due to illness or something. Get them busy so they don't die of boredom. It's a great hobby. I've been hooked on it for years and years. We are limited on stock on this and it's just $9.95. Great way to start off our Designer Inspiration very, very first show. We've got how many left? We've only got 30 of those left. As I say, great for presents and welcome. If you are new to Jewellery Maker, you do get a DVD and a little booklet, and that is absolutely free with your first order. If you decide it's not for you, you can just send it all back, a 30-day, no quibble, money back guarantee. Great. Don't forget, if you have already bought this morning, you don't have to pay your postage and packing again. It will already naturally, it will all happen and it will go into your order, so it's only over one postage and packing. Good stuff. Okay, we do have some more people on the line going for these, but we've got about 20 left. It's not going to stay at that price for long. Any of the deals that we do in the show are very likely to end as soon as the show ends as well. So you've only got about till 5 o'clock at night for this one. And then it goes into the late show. Wow. It's very exciting. Right, we are going to have to move on, and we've got our very, very first kit. How lovely is it to have a kit at the top of the show?
It's great, isn't it?
Kits are my favourite part of the show. I always love going over to the guest designers, and it's great that I've got a whole hour. So I'm going to come over there in a minute. Now I just want to show you this. Now, I love this strand. It's so different. Great colours and great banding in it as well. I'm just waiting for my graphics to come in. So this is my Cat's Eye Quartz. As I say, those amazing greens. And then you've got these golden colours in it as well. Look at these. Mother Nature's natural beauty there. Great golds. Very interesting strand here. It's just the colours are so unique. You don't see these colours in other gemstones. Yeah, okay, you have greens. Yes, you have goldens, but not like this. They're lovely, so unique. I can see these lending themselves to your designs as well, Laura B. Would look great in wire. Then we have some lovely smoky quartz. Beautiful clarity on the smoky quartz that we've got here. Have a little look at these. This is 150 carats of our smoky quartz, and it's in our plain rounds, which are 8 mils on a 30 centimetre strand. The Cat's Eye were 170 carats, and they go from 12 times 8, pop that there, 12 times 10 to 20 times 15 on a 20 centimetre strand. Then we've got some moss agate. Now, the beauty of moss agate is all those lovely character enhancing inclusions that you get in. Those are lovely greens, ranging from the mossy colours, they go brighter, some very deep greens in there. 45 carats, and they are our 4 mil rounds, plain rounds, just to show off the nature of the stone there. Very pretty. Then, of course, we've got some wire. We've got the antique bronze. It's in your 0.8 gauge, and you are getting 10 meters of it. I love the antique bronze. The vintage designs are so in right now. They have been for about a year, maybe 18 months, and I can't see it going anywhere. Is a particular favourite of mine. As I say, 10 meters of the 0.8. Then we've got our findings in our antique bronze findings. That is 98 pieces. If you're new to Jewellery Maker, the findings is the collective term for all the little bits that you need to make your jewellery. For example, the metre of the chain that you can see on your screen now, the head pins, the eye pins, the clasps, the shepherd hooks, which are for your earrings, the crimp beads, the crimp covers. It's all there. Everything that you see on screen, or you did see on screen, is what you are going to get in your little organza bag. And then we've got our threading pack. Now, the threading pack consists of your monofilament. That's like the fishing wire that we have here. And you get over 50 meters of that. I think it's 80 meters of your monofilament. You get 6 meters of a stretchy elastic. That's just to make your very, very simple bracelets that you can just tie up and they're going to fit any wrist. And then you get your beading thread. Now, we only used to have beading thread in the packs that was like a silver color, has a lovely organic feel to it, but we've just now got them in such an array of different colors. And this one is the bronze. Great, great color. Going to go really well with your gemstones in your fabulous misty quartz, your cat's eye. That one's your cat's eye, and your moss agate as well. Very, very pretty. Now, what we do with our kits is you get everything for one price. I just want to recap about how much you would be normally getting if you bought everything separately on our website. The findings pack alone, is it $6.95 or is it $7.95? $7.95. I do believe the threading pack is $5.95 for the threading pack. Then you've also, on top of this, you've got your wire and you've got 3 stunning strands. You would be looking at £37 if you bought all of this individually. But today, as part of our Designer Inspiration launch, we can knock off £10 from that price and give it to you for $27.95. Beautiful, unique strands. We're calling it cat's eye because that really is the charm of this kit. UGC 87. Very, very pretty. Now, we all know why you're here. I've talked about it enough. 2 whole hours with the lovely Laura binding. We are going to head over and see what you have done. How have you found it?
It's really lovely. It's been really nice to sort of sit and just concentrate on a project with it, you know, and make something really nice out of it.
Yeah, yeah. And how long has it taken you to create this?
It took me a couple of hours, to be honest.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, the designs actually really sort of form themselves, to be honest, so it's just nice to sort of sit. The colours will go so well together, and they're my kind of colours, so,
yeah,
you know, it's just nice to just put something together, and you don't have to go over the top. You know, the necklace that I've done is actually quite simple, but I think it just puts everything together to show how it all just works together.
Yeah, what I love about this as well is that you've really gone gem heavy on it.
Yeah.
So you've got this, I do believe you're demoing this, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm going to try and demo all of it, to be honest.
Demo all of it?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
That is what we like. Okay, so you've got this detailing here, and then as we go around, you can see how gem heavy it is right up until the last moment. Okay, we are down into double figures on these. And then the Laura binding, classic little detailing at the back.
It's got to be done.
We often talk on this channel about finishing things off with a professional manner.
Yeah.
And that is what I call that, just that extra detail, the use of the crimp beads. It really sets it apart from anything, from the earlier jewellery that I used to make, certainly.
Well, all I do is, you get the ribbon findings in the findings kit. So I actually take the little cord ends off and just use the jump ring and clasp and extend the chain off of that, so it's perfect, you know. So although you didn't technically get 1 clasp in the findings kit, you actually get an additional 5 if you look at the ribbon endings as well, and it's all done for you. So yeah, you know. Lovely, lovely.
And then we've got the earrings and this ring. I'm going to have to try on this ring. Your rings, let me just see, always fit me. It's a big one as well.
It's a focal one.
I go like that, Ben. Look at that. I love that. I love it. We've just been looking in the shop as well, haven't we?
Have, yeah.
But actually, you know what? I've tried on a lot of rings before we were due to come on.
She was.
I was. However, this one, yours is my favourite.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, love that. Right, where are we starting?
Well, I thought we'd start off with the ring. You know, because obviously we've got the earrings as well. Everybody likes rings. I love doing rings, and everyone will turn out differently, which is what I love about them. So what I'm going to do, I've taken all of my stones off you know, and then I can just sort of use them as I want to, really. Don't forget, you do get these lovely tassels as well. I actually haven't used these, but I've still got stones at home and still got the tassels, so there's still loads more I could do with what you've got left over.
They make great earrings, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, look, and they go so lovely together. So, right, so what I'm going to do is start off with the ring. What I'm going to do is just move that to the side. Okay, my space, right. So I've got a ring mandrel. And with this one, it's about 1 metre of wire. So I'm going to measure sort of from my shoulder to my finger, a nice generous length. It's nice to have more than not enough with this type of design. With this type of design, you can sort of go as over the top as you want, or you can keep it as simple as you want. But to have, if you allow yourself the extra wire at the beginning, then you don't find yourself getting into the design and then running out of wire. You know, I mean, there will always be a way of adding wire, but it's the best way is to have as many, as less add-ins as possible. Because the more that you add in, the more ends that you've got to sort of remove and, you know, reduce. So it's best to just do it all in one go. If you can handle this length of wire, it's best to do that.
Cool.
So what I'm going to do is just bring both of the ends of the wire together so I can create myself a U in effect, okay? Now when you do, whenever I do a ring, I have a sort of a standard rule really. Averagely, if it's just going to be a normal ring, I'll go up 2 sizes larger than the size that I actually want. If it's going to be quite a simple ring, very minimal wrapping, you know, maybe 1 stone, wrapping to the sides, then only go up 1 size. If it's going to be a ring like this, go up 3.
3? Okay.
Because there's a lot of wrapping that goes on with this. So every time that you wrap around that ring shank, I mean, if you show the underneath of it, you can see I will be constantly going around that ring shank, and that's obviously going to reduce the size of the ring itself. So you have to allow that a little bit extra.
Yeah, you can really see it there, can't you?
So you can see it, it does build up. So with this, I would always recommend going up 3 sizes. If you go up and you find that you have overestimated and you have gone a size too large, the way to reduce a ring is to wrap 0.4 wire around the shank, and then you'll reduce it by a size. So, you know, there's always a little bit of a getaway. So
presumably you could do that at craft fair as well if somebody did.
Yeah, but I mean, it'd be quite nice if you were at craft fair, because you could sit and you could make one specifically. You could say, choose your stones and I'll sit and make it for you now, and you've got that fun of seeing it being made, you know. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to go up 3 sizes.
And you've got the ring mandrel, which is featured on our website. If anybody doesn't have a ring mandrel, how much are the ring mandrels, Scott? I think they're about £8.95.
£8.95, 8 or 9. I know they've got an 8 in them. I'm sure
they've got an 8 in them somewhere. They've got an 8, but they are on our website. Or you can speak to our call centre and they will find it for you as well.
Yeah, and they're essential. I always have my ring mandrel with me wherever I go. Okay, so I'm going to go up 3 sizes larger than the size I'm actually aiming for. And what I'm doing is just hold my finger and my thumb. I'm just going to hold it. I'll try and do it this way. I don't want to blind anyone. You might want to step back. Okay, so you can see with my finger and thumb just holding the wires together. So what I'm going to do is just taking the top one, just going to wrap it all the way around and bring it back and just hold that with my thumb again. And then I'm going to repeat the same thing with the bottom wire. So you can just see I'm just going all the way around. Okay, so you can pull them and adjust them. So what you'll see at the back, there's 3 wires at the back. I'll just show you the front. You have 2 in the middle, and then you'll have 1 either on top and bottom. None of those wires are crossing. They're all sitting on top of each other. There are no crossed wires. So if the wires are crossing, you've done it wrong. You need to just re-straighten it, okay? The thing about making rings is it's always good to catch anything like that at the very beginning. It's easier to undo it and correct it than to continue doing it, okay? If you find that you've gone past your size, you can put it back at the size that you were aiming for and just pull the wires tight. So I'm just readjusting that. Okay, put them closer together. Now this bit's going to be a bit tricky to show. What I'm going to do is pinch the top and bottom wire together. And I'm going to do it as close as I can, and I'm actually going to be touching the ring mandrel because I really want a really low twist. If I was to twist like this, and up like this, I move my hand, you should be able to see. You can see the gap. It's quite a high twist. Yeah. And I really don't want a high twist. I want it to be as flat to the ring shank as I can. Okay, so I'll just undo that. So what I'm going to do, hopefully at this angle you'll be able to see it quite well. Okay, so I'm literally going to take it. You can see I'm actually got my hands actually on the actual mandrel. I'm just twisting it. So I'm going to do 1 twist, And then I'm going to do another one. So if I take that off, I'll show you. I can tell that that's not been done because it's still quite loose. Okay, it's not as tight as it should be. So pop it back on and twist again. It's almost doing a little spiral, that doesn't matter, as long as we've got, there you go, like a little twist.
Perfect.
If I show it from the side, you can see how low that is.
Yeah.
Okay, so I take that off and that's nice and solid now. So taking one of the lengths of wires, what I'm going to do is I'm just threading that wire all the way around the ring shank, all the way through, and put it nice and tight. And what you'll notice is I'm using my finger in effect as a ring mandrel. So I'm using that. It doesn't matter if it distorts the shape, but it keeps the wires sitting on top of each other. If you hold it like this, you end up with a distorted ring shank. Can you see how it's all bubbled up?
Yeah.
Okay, so hold it like this and you'll get a nice ring shank. And I'm just going to go back through again, put it nice and tight and across.
So this is all part of just securing the basic shape?
Yeah, this is just a nice general base of a ring. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just putting that wire that I've just wrapped around the ring shank, I'm actually just putting that in my hand and holding it out of the way. Then I can start to work then with the wire that's the other wire that I haven't done anything with yet. So what I'm going to do is just neaten, give my work a very gentle little squidge. Only gentle, just to flatten everything out. Okay, now what I want to do is start adding beads.
Yay.
So I'm going to take one of the smoky quartz.
Love smoky quartz.
It's beautiful
Big
as
fan.
well. And what I want to do is actually work over my wire work. So you can see, if I lift that bead up, you can see that my wire work's here. I'm actually going to cover that with my bead and go across that way. And then that will become hidden and you won't see any of the mechanics. Okay, so what I'm doing is I've just pulled that over my wire work and just bringing that wire under, but back up. But I'm not doing a complete wrap, I'm just going under and back up, okay? And then I'm gonna add another bead. Again, I'm just using the smoky quartz.
And the tools that you're using now are exactly the same tools that are from the kit that I showed you at the top of the programme there, from the basic jewellery pack, JewelleryMaker pack.
Okay, and then I'm repeating the same again. So just put that on and just threaded it back on. You can see that. And then I'm going to add one more smoky quartz. Bring it to the side and wrap that as well. So, and that's all secure. These make quite nice rings as well. If you use slightly smaller ones, they make quite nice sort of solitaire rings. Well, not solitaire, but you know. So now I'm still working with this wire. The reason this wire is here is it's our backup wire. You know, it's if we run out of this wire, we can start incorporating this one. Yep. Okay, so this is where you sort of get a little bit more sort of free form. This is, as long as you've got your base, what we want to start doing now is building either side of the stones, top and bottom, and building up around it. Okay.
So essentially you go across and then you do a top and then you do a bottom.
Or you build them up as you go, but that's your base centre. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a little, is it agate, these little?
Yeah, little moss agates.
Moss agate, yeah, they're gorgeous.
They're pretty as well because you can just see so much of the formation of the
and they're all different as well.
Yeah.
So with this one, I just chose to randomly pick them, but you might want a colour tone. So just pop that on, and now I'm just going to bring the wire across, but what you'll see is that I'm not pulling the wire tight. I'm just going to, with my hands, swirl that wire to create a tiny little swirl. Ooh. Only little, like that. And then bring the wire, holding it up because I want the wire to be featured. I want it to be part of the design. And then just put it there so you can see there. Black was not a good idea today, was it? And so now that's at the other side now. Again, I'm just going to bring that wire, and I'm not wrapping it complete wrap, I'm just wrapping it around, anchoring it. So now this wire is in a position it can work on the bottom. So again, you can add a bead.
I love the use of knots in wire work because I think it's got that organic feel.
Yeah.
It's like free flowing, moves a lot.
And I think it's lovely because it makes each piece individual and unique. You won't be able to repeat the designs. Okay, so I'm just popping a bead on there. Okay, but what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do the same as I did before, a little twirl, just holding the wires, I'm just bringing it round, and then I'm going to add another bead. Pop that one on so you can see that there.
If anybody does have any questions about what Laura is doing or anything later, don't forget, this is just the very start of the show. There's lots more demos to come up. If there's anything that you want to ask Laura, if there's anything you want to ask me and Ben, then that's fine as well. Do get interactive. You can text message us to 60777, and don't forget to put JM Studio at the start of your text message. Anything that you want to see Laura to do, let us know and we'll try and get it into the show.
Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I've got almost like a top and a bottom, so if I hold that like that you'll be able to see it. So I've got one at the top and one at the bottom with a couple of beads. And all I'm going to do is actually just build up around those now. So at this point I can bring the wire through. You know, you don't have to always go around the ring shank, so just bringing it through a gap there. And what I've actually done, if you look on the ring, is I've actually wrapped the wire around the smoky quartz. So by doing that, so I've brought my wire through to the front, so it gives like a nested effect. So I've got my wire in the front position here, and it will naturally find a natural place. What I'm going to do is literally wrap it around the stone, just like that, so you can see, and it just gives it a little bit more sort of depth. And you can wrap it sort of 1 to 2 times. So I'm gonna wrap it once and I'll wrap it around again, and then maybe anchor it through. Take care with your wire that it doesn't sort of kink, just feed it through nice and slowly. So I've just gone back through, so that's now secured that wrap, so you can see the difference. Okay, and I'm going to repeat the same on the other 2 stones. So I just let you see that. You see the difference that's
lovely,
made?
yeah.
Okay, so I'm just going to repeat this exactly the same on this one. This is just going around once, and then twice, and I'm just pushing it nice and tight to the stone, so it's hugging the stone, and that's going around there, and then back through again. If you find you haven't got enough to do the next one, don't worry, because we've got our backup wire. But it should have just about enough. So I'm just bringing that through. Use your pliers. If when you get towards the end, you need to use your pliers, you know, you can use them, it's fine. And then just wrap around this one twice or once.
Because 0.8 is very easy to use.
Yeah, it's very versatile. So now I've got a nice little tail just here at the end. I've wrapped my stones, and I'm just going to bring that here and tuck it around the side of the shank. And I'll finish that off properly in a minute, okay, but I've just moved that now. So now I've got my backup wire, and this is where you can just start. So if I look here, it's already in a nice position, because it's sort of found itself here. So I could add, I'm just going to go straight in and add a bead, one of the smaller ones, straight through, and I'll just go there. And then again, you can repeat the same. You can do another little swirl, you know, and it's basically, it is just building up the ring, just like this. You just keep building it until you're happy.
And just having a little play,
Having a little play with it, and then just building it up. But every time you find yourself at a point, just wrap it around the ring shank once to secure, and then bring it round to the other side. And that is pretty much it, really. When you want to finish the design off, you can actually go through, you know, we've done some swirls. You can actually feed the wire through those swirls if you want to secure it and bring it down. You know, it's just about sort of seeing where the wire takes you. Now, when you want to finish the ring off, just bring it, I'm just wrapping it around the side. Now, I've already got one little wire on this side that needs to be finished because it's got a sharp edge, but it's kind of actually dissolved itself into the design. So it actually has completely disappeared. But if it was there, I would just cut it and give it a little squidge down. With this wire, I could just bring it up, cut a length, not your finger, and then taking you around those pliers, just do a little spiral, which is just...
Love the spirals.
Yeah, just a little one. And place that somewhere in amongst the design. And the reason you can do that with this type of ring is because we've gone under and over so many times. In effect, it's actually bound that ring shank together. So you don't, whereas when you've got a more simple ring, you need to do the wraps either side just to secure the whole ring together. Where we've been going over and under and over and under, it's wrapped everything together anyway, and it's really solid, so you don't need it with this one.
Brilliant.
Okay, all I'm going to do now is straighten my ring shanks up, just putting my pliers across to make sure that they're not crossed and they're all sitting on top of each other nicely. and then pop it back on the ring. Mind you, at the moment you can see how tiny that is. It's like right up at the top and it's on an L. Okay, now I'm aiming for an N. Fingers crossed. What I'm doing is I'm just twisting.
Is that pushing everything together then?
Yeah,
or?
it makes everything settle. It puts it all in nice and tight.
Right.
And I'm just going to twist it round, and all I'm just doing, you can use quite a bit of force with it, and again, this is a good time to find out if there's any sharp edges, so I would have found that out straight away. And so if I measure that, and we've got it on an N.
Hey!
So
that means it will fit
that
me.
goes to show.
Yay.
You can't see it very clearly. Look, there's the M and there's the O. It's just about see it. So we got it on to an M, which is the size I was aiming for, so hopefully that would fit you. And you can see just being quite minimal.
Gorgeous, it's gorgeous. Now we do have this kit in loads of different colours. Just to tell you how many moss agate we use, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In the original one, 8 we used. I guess you can just build it up or use just 2 if you wanted to.
Whatever you want, you can make it quite wire-based. You don't have to use all of the smoky quartz. You know, it's just but always have a base. Start off with your base of your ring, even if you put a line of the moss agate, start off as a base and then build around the base.
Fabulous, it's absolutely beautiful. Now just want to show you, if maybe greens aren't for you, then we do have a citrine version as well. So look what we've got here. Look at these nuggets.
They're gorgeous.
Aren't they amazing? Oh, can I get some graphics, please? Thank you. I love that one, that is absolutely huge. So again, working on the same principle as the cat's eye, we have, we've got loads here, look at this. We've got the green wire, we've got a threading pack, and we've got it in silver findings. I know that there's been a lot of talk on Facebook about being able to have the kits but in different colour findings, because everybody prefers, I prefer vintage stuff, my best friend doesn't, she's not that way inclined whatsoever, so I think it's just nice, and you came up with it, that we can offer different colours, different findings with different kind of kits, but still work on the principle of these are the things that you can make for it. So we've got the citrine, I think this must be, is this fire agate?
Oh, it's carnelian.
Oh, here we've got it, citrine hue. So we've got these citrine large nuggets. Oh, this is carnelian, 140 carats of the carnelian, and they are in 8mm faceted rounds. Then we've got jadeite, lovely. Gosh, we managed to get some. It's quite hard to get jadeite, isn't it? I think a lot of China holds on to it because they pride it so much that they put it on a pedestal. Then we have got our chartreuse. We've got 100 metres of these chartreuse. This gorgeous green, and this is in your 0.8 wire as well. So again, you can do exactly as Laura has just done. And then we've got our silver plated copper findings pack, the 98 pieces, just as with the antique bronze, but we've got them in the silver plated. And then we've got our threading pack, and our threading pack just has the original silver look beading thread. You've still got your over 6 meters of your elastic, and you've still got over 80 meters of your monofilament. It's just something a little different. There you go. That's the findings that you're getting in your silver-plated copper. This time, don't forget, you are getting 100 meters, whereas in the last one you got 10 meters. All of it's 0.8, including 330 carats of citrine. You've already seen the 3 lovely pieces that Laura has done. Did you use up everything?
No.
You didn't?
No, and in fact, I'm thinking if I've got time and Scott lets me, I might actually try and do a couple of the pieces there in that colourway.
Lovely.
So that you can see them in both colourways.
Yeah, and citrine is also the birthstone of November, so very popular right now, difficult to get hold of. We're going to bring you a price on this. This is new today, and here we go. It's $39.95. Do not forget, you are getting 100 meters. It's another £10 saving. You're getting loads of wire. You're getting these fabulous citrine nuggets. They're stunning, stunning, and you're getting your findings in the silver-plated copper. See, the colourways as well. I wouldn't necessarily think to put jade with carnelian, but as soon as you see it together, you're like, yeah, that works.
See, if you put that and that, all together. Look at the whole combination. The whole lot together just goes beautifully, doesn't it?
Still go.
You've got like the smoky quartz. I've got both. I think both kits actually complement each other.
They're going to last you a long, long time. The original kit that we first showed is along the bottom, so you can see the code there and the price. And the one that we've got on the main screen is the citrine hues version for $39.95. Don't forget, it's only ever one postage and packing, and that's just $2.95 for the whole day. You can just add it to your order if you have already bought something from the lovely Jenny and Debbie Bulford this morning. Great, great colours. Right, so what else? What's next, boss?
I was going to show you the earrings next.
The earrings, okie doke,
Yeah.
let's have a look.
And I think I mentioned this on Wednesday when I was on the Late Show with you about doing handed earrings.
Yeah.
So obviously it's where both have their own ear in effect because they're opposites of each other. So I've actually done the same again with those. They're definitely ones that you do need to do as you go, do each one, because then you'll get that same look.
So there's almost like not a left and a right, but they're mirror images
That's
of
the
each
word,
other.
mirror, yeah. So there is one for each. Yeah, they have their mirror image.
And it was your husband who told you it was called
I
the
know.
handed. And then I love the way you told Hannah Oxbury today.
I know, and she
Hannah
was
Oxbury,
surprised.
the oracle.
I know, I knew something she didn't. I was so proud.
Good work.
So chuffed.
Good work.
Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do those. I'm actually only going to show you how to do one, because obviously I don't need to show you how to mirror it.
Okay.
But what you would do is do it in stages. So cut 4 pieces of wire, do your first stage, do your second stage, and just each one make sure you're doing the exact same thing on each earring, and that's how you'll get that same. Because with this, it is quite an organic look, so it's hard to repeat an organic look to look the same.
Yep. We do have just under a minute queue on the phones. Please stay where you are. There's enough to go round, but I don't want you hanging up and then having to rejoin the queue. So it is, of course, a free phone number, so please stay where you are.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut some wire. I am rubbish with this. It's probably about 11 inches, 10, 11 inches. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be specific.
Can you add wire?
Well, yeah, this is done in a bit. Basically, this is going to form the frame, and then the frame does part of the actual earring.
Okay.
And then we add some wire as well. So don't worry if it's but it's better to have it a bit too longer than be struggling with the wire. Okay, so what I would do, as I said, is I would do 4 of these, and then would do this and then do the next one. So what I'm going to do is, again, pretty similar, just bring the ends together. Now you can use something if you like. Ring mandrels are really good if you go to like the largest part of a ring mandrel, and just to get that sort of teardrop shape.
There's that other mandrel, isn't there? That's the
The orange
plastic
one. Yeah, that's good
with
as
the
well.
shapes.
Yeah, and that's good because that does an oval shape, it does triangles, it does circles, so you can have that variety as well. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just bringing the 2 ends together, just creating almost like a teardrop shape. Now what I'm doing is I've got 1 wires here and 1 wire here. The wires aren't interlocking, one goes in front of the other. Okay, I'm going to take them off, tweak it about a little bit until you're happy with the size and shape. So this is completely personal taste and preference, really. Okay.
Just to let the viewers know that we've got a new bar added, and it's just above the telephone number, and it will tell you the codes of the kits and everything that we've just shown, and it's just moving around. So if there is anything that you're going, oh no, they've brought up the wrong one now and I wanted that, then just keep watching the bottom of the screen, and that should help you out.
Okay, so I've got the wires sort of sat on top of each other. I'm happy with my shape. Okay, and what I'm going to do is just bring one of the pairs of wires around and just wrap it just to secure it. It doesn't have to be really secure. It doesn't matter if you can do this, that's not a problem. It just for the moment, okay? So if you can see, oh, there's that black top again. Oh, there you go. You can see, it doesn't matter that the wires aren't sat next to each other. This will all come together in a minute. So I've just simply wrapped across the top to secure it, okay? Now what I'm going to do, like I said, the most crucial part is to do the second earring and make sure that the loops are the equal sizes. That's really quite crucial because that's where you'll find any hiccups, okay? Now, I have actually cut mine probably a tiny bit shorter, so I probably would say go for maybe, we said 11, didn't we? Or maybe go for 12 inches when you're doing this, okay? Because this is actually going to form the ear hook as well. All right, so maybe give that a go for 12 inches. So now I've got my 2 ends here, so I'm just going to separate them. And again, this is organic, so it's I'm just going to see how it goes really. Not going to look exactly the same, but you'll get a guide. Just going to wrap it around the frame, and that'll help bind that frame together. Okay, just wrapped it around like that. And then what I'm going to do is pop one of the little moss agate beads on, and I'm actually just going to, I can show you, I'm just going to do a little spiral.
Got you this if you wanted to.
Thank you. Can you just insert?
Yeah, I'll just
lean again.
It'll be down here when you need it.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so what I'm doing is just doing a little curl, just to sort of almost act like a stopper. So when I put that there, that's now got a little stopper on. Okay, and then I've got the second wire here, so I'm just going to bring that to the other side, and again wrap that around once, maybe twice, and repeat the same. And this is, like I said, this is all organic. You don't have to do exactly what I'm doing. You just do whatever you sort of feel it looks like. But I would now repeat this stage on the other earring. So this is how you get it to be the same. I'm just going to tidy this up a little tiny bit.
Just got a bit of a problem with my my pack here, so just ignore me.
Ignore you.
Me here.
We're just going to ignore you. So you can see, so that's the start of the earring now. Into my little, sorry. So I just show, okay, so that's that. Okay. So you can see it better. There you go, see. I'll move it down. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, just move that, is I'm going to cut myself another length of wire off. I actually already had a spare piece from the ring that I made earlier. So now it's time to saying about reusing the excess. So if you've made something, put it in a box. Well, this is what I cut off the ring. So this is perfect. I'm just going to use this, okay? Again, a length of wire, probably about 10 inches or so. This length of wire is going to complete the rest of your earring. So you do need to make sure it's going to be enough to do what you want it to do. So I'm going to do tiny little spiral. Just in case you're not confident with spirals, I'll just show you quickly. Placing the wire right at the very top of the pliers at the smallest part, because I want quite a small coil spiral. I'm just going to just gently create, and this is quite crucial, is that you get that spiral quite round. If you don't get this first part round, then it can become a bit egg-shaped, okay? So just take that time to really manipulate it round. Once you've done that, it will sort of pretty much form itself. You just sort of bring the wire around.
Keep on making that curve.
Yeah.
We have had a text message just come in.
Okay.
Who's it from? It's from Gail in Buckinghamshire. What size ring is Laura using in her ring demo?
Wire, 0.8.
So 0.8. So it's I don't know what I just said. I'm glad you understood that. It is in the kit. It's the 0.8. What size wire is Laura using in her ring demo? Yeah, it's 0.8, and that's exactly what's in the kit.
I often use 0.8 for my rings because, as you could see, it's the most versatile for me. I find that you can do the most with it and get a strong ring as well. Yeah,
and this is using, at the moment we're using the cat's eye, the smoky quartz and the moss agate, but there is the citrine option as well.
Okay.
It's at the bottom of the screen.
So this is, again, I'm still using the 0.8 wire, just to clarify. So what I've done now is I've just created like a tiny little spiral. Okay, and what I want to do is place that. So do decide what is your front and the back of your earring now. Okay, so place that on what will be the front. Just gonna, sorry, I'm gonna have to move my, I'm gonna have to put my fingers here as I won't get a grip otherwise.
It's all right, we can see them on here as well.
So I've just literally put a spiral there, and that's anchored that length of wire now. Okay, and you can sort of twiddle about with it, put it how you want it to be. Okay, and I've just wrapped it around the sort of the top two wires, and it's now coming down the back. Okay, there we go. So what I'm going to do is, again, just bring it down. It's quite nice to have the wire on its own without a bead necessarily, so I'm just going to bring it down and wrap it around the bottom.
If you can just do it a little bit closer to the desk, we might just be able to see it a bit better. That's lovely, thank you.
All right, so there you go, that's it. So I've just brought that wire straight down and just wrapped it once around the bottom. Okay, and then that's going to enable me to bring it back up to the front. And then I'm going to add a smoky quartz now.
So again, it's another organic one that you can just play around with, see how you like it.
Yeah, and again, it's keeping, now you'll see these two wires are starting to become together now, sort of become one. So just go with the direction of the wire as well. If the wire's going curving that way, go with the direction of the wire, because then it'll give a more free-flowing look. So I'm just gonna, the wire's going that way, so I'm just going to put my bead on, and again, I'm just gonna wrap around once, and you can see that's just secure there. Now what you can do if you want to cover, if you don't like the wraps being on show, is putting your thumb there I'm just going to literally pull it around with my fingers and create almost like a little swirl. And then that, you can sort of squidge it down a little bit, but it just, okay, and then that brings my wire to come across this direction. And then I can add another smoky quartz. Just pop that on. So pop that there. And you just continue doing this. So again, I'm just going to secure it, and I do try to secure it as much as you can. And again, if you want to do a little swirl, then do a little swirl. And bring it up until you're happy. You might want to do a little random swirl and add a little, another little agate, moss agate. And then when you've brought it, now I've got a little tiny length of wire left, so you can just see I've just added a few more little swirls, tiny little length of wire left, and what I want to do is try and bring that up as far up to the top as I can, and then just wrap it. And just sort of, now that's at the back now. Just wrapped it, and I've just sort of squeezed, crimped it in it almost. So that's now at the back of the earring, it's nice and smooth and it's out of the way. And then once you're happy with that, that'll be your earring. You could add another piece if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Now with your wires, bring one wire forward at the top and create another little spiral with that. So you may want to trim it. I'm just going to do that quickly. Make sure it's on the same side as your front. Just going to do a quick little spiral. Exactly the same. And just bend that to face, again on top next to the other spiral. So again, you do it a little bit neater than I'm doing at the moment. And then I've got my wire left here, which will be for my earring. So I just pop another little moss agate on here. What I'm going to do is right at the base of that bead, using my flat nose pliers, I'm just bending that wire to a right angle. Taking a ring mandrel, or ideally if you have got the orange mandrel, because it's perfect for earring hooks, or
the orange mandrel is on our website, or if you speak to the call centre as well, they should be able to find you one. It's still called mandrel, isn't it? And it's, funnily enough, it's orange. And it's got different shapes on it, so it's really, really useful to get in uniform shapes, isn't it?
It's perfect for finding, really. But also, if you haven't, then using the handles of your pliers.
You can always find a way.
And I'm just going to literally bring that wire over.
You see, I was looking at this, I was going, how has she put the shepherd hook onto that?
Yeah, and then taking your pliers, little kick out, and there's your earring. And that won't move, that bead won't move. Take a file or your wire ender, you know, the wire bearer that we've got, to take the sharp edge off, and there's your pair of earrings.
There we go. Let's pop this. There you go, and then just see that little shepherd hook there as well. So you've still got so many of your findings left over to use up other things that might be in your stash or something like that.
Barely touched the findings. In fact, the only reason I touched the findings was when I did the necklace, and even then I literally used a bit of beading thread, crimps, and a clasp.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. And do I have time to show the?
Do we have time? Can we see? We do.
Oh.
Loving this show format. I'm absolutely loving it. Very exciting. So just to recap about the earrings, to get them so that they've almost got like a left and right or a mirror image, you would make one but at the same time you do the other one. So you add a bead and you wrap, and then you add a bead and then wrap, and then you go from one to the other. And how many beads have you used? So on this one you've used 2 smoky quartz and 1, 2, 3, 4 moss agates.
And that's
lovely,
all
loads left over.
I did have enough wire to make the earring hook out of that after all, so actually, you know, the 11 is fine. But it's about having a play and experiment, but make sure you do stage it, because you might make that and then go, oh, what did I do with that wire to get that, you know, so it's a bit harder to recreate. So do them at stages, and you can do a matching pendant as well then. You know, make a complete set.
Nice.
So, and you could just use the top 2 wires. Instead of making a spiral and an earring hook, just bend them both over and wrap them around, and you've got a nice little bail to put on a necklace.
Simple.
Okay, so I'm going to show you this necklace now. Okay, what I'm actually going to show you is obviously like the ring part. Because it's the 0.8 wire, it doesn't quite go through some of the cat's eyes. So what I've done is I've used the head pins and the eye pins, sorry for this. So actually I did use some more of the findings because they go through it perfectly. And plus, because they've got such beautiful colours and shimmer on them, I didn't want to decorate them too much with wire. I didn't want to take away from them.
Yeah, if you've got a matte stone or where the colour zoning is all very uniform, then it's very different, isn't it?
Yeah.
You get 170 carats of the cat's eye in the cat's eye bundle.
And like you said, I mean, that's quite, I've gone really gem heavy. I've used quite a lot of cat's eye on that as well. So I've really sort of, hopefully, you know, used it to its advantage.
It's a very luxurious one because of that, isn't it?
That's
because the
word.
cat's eye is so original and something different.
That's what I was looking for, luxurious.
Luxurious.
That's the one.
Never forget that. My husband knew what he was taking on when he married me, my luxurious things.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is cut a length of wire. Again, it's probably about 6 inches. And again, using my ring mandrel. So if you don't have a ring mandrel, it's got more uses than just being an actual ring sizer. It's also good just to create consistent shapes. And again, or if not, the orange wire plastic mandrel instead. Cut off 3 of the same lengths, or however many of the loops that you want to do. I've just done 3. Doesn't matter if they're not exactly the same, just as a guide. Okay, I did actually hammer my loops. I'm not going to do that, but I'll say when I actually did. But I'm not going to demo that. So again, it's just, again, bringing those ends together, okay? Right at the very widest, right at the very bottom of the ring mandrel, before it goes into the handle, I'm just going to bring the wires together, so they're just going to cross like that, okay? And it's right at the bottom, and that gives you a nice consistent shape. And just slide it off. And I've got a nice round shape then. This is where I would just hammer, just here. I wouldn't hammer these wires here, just these ones here, just to give it a little bit of strength, and also just it gives it a little bit of texture if you want to.
Yeah.
So it's personal preference. And what I'm going to do then, choose your 3 cat size. I actually tried to choose different sizes, slightly smaller, graduating down slightly. But every strand is different, so you work with what you've got. And they're all just beautiful. And I tried to choose them all with the little flashes of the sort of browns going through them as well. So if I was looking at this, I've got 3 nice ones here actually that I think I'll use. And they've all got sort of similar colourways, which you can't see it too clearly there, but they have, trust me.
The hammer is at the bottom of the screen. If you did want the chasing hammer, with, as Laura was just saying, it gives structure, it strengthens, and it also adds great texture as well. And it's there at the bottom. WCZX31 is your number. And it's only $6.95 as well.
It's brilliant. I love my hammer. So I'm just going to put my head pin through. Now, what you'll see, I'm using my pliers because they have got quite a small drill hole. So at first glance, you might think that these aren't going to go through. Just using my pliers, I'm just gently feeding it through. Mind your fingers the other side, but they will go through. You just need to gently push the
It's a great tip
head
actually
pin
for
down.
any projects.
Sometimes, I mean, if it's really being stubborn and won't budge, then give up on that and go to a different stone. But you know, most of them it will work on. Okay, and I'm just going to bend the top of the head pin nice and sharp, and you can trim it if it's a bit long, depends on the size of your stone. And then just taking my round nose pliers, just going to form a nice loop. Okay, so I've just got a nice loop just like that. So now I actually have 2 loops on either end. Okay, so bear in mind I would have hammered this first. I need to make sure it will fit in there. It will, just about. That's one thing also obviously to take into account now. It will fit into the
if you had slightly smaller because this is a different strand as well, isn't it? So they are going to vary.
I might just use a different one quickly just so it's not difficult.
Yeah.
You know, choose that, take that into account. You might have a different, something else you can form different shapes over, obviously.
I was just thinking that, like a tube of sweets or something, or
I'm just going to use this.
I'm trying to think what I would have in my house.
Yeah, you
I'd
can
have a
use
tube
anything.
of sweets,
Candlelight holders are really good for doing stuff
yeah.
like this, you know. Just something that you can form the shape and then slide it back off again. Oh, this one's been a bit stubborn. It's always the way, isn't it? It's like it knew I was going to be on telly.
Want me to have a little go on one of these?
Yeah. Most of them it did go through on the ones that I had at home, but they're all different. There we go, that one, it'll go through. Another little trick you can do, you obviously, if you've got your reamer, you can use your reamer. They're all going to be a bit stubborn. Do you know what? I'm just going to stick to using that.
Oh, there, that one's gone through.
Oh, that one's gone through. There we go. You can take the time and use your bead reamer if you're at home to just gently make it a little bit larger.
That's the thing with natural stones though, isn't it?
Yeah.
That you can't always get that uniformity, but then you do get this lovely organic look.
Yeah, or you could, if you had your own 0.6 wire,
Just use that.
use 0.6 wire and create your own loops, your own eye pins. So, you know, there's always there's always a way around it. Okay, so now I've got my loops again, so I'm back at that same stage. So what I want to do is I'm going to thread the cat's eye, one loop, onto the loops. See, it's just threaded it on. Now I want to bring it round and
I need to thread it through.
thread it through again.
We are selling out on these now, and we are in limited in stock, so please, if you like what you see, jump on the phone lines and don't forget to check out of your baskets as soon as you can.
It's a little bit fiddly, but
You are getting a lot. It's very, very good value.
why aren't you working? I did this last night. It's always the way. There we go, just got there you go, just pull it. You can tweak it about a little bit. If you've hammered it, then it's gonna hold its shape a little bit better as well, but it's easy enough to just reform it. You can see I've just reformed that. We just want to thread it. You could always open and shut them onto it, but it was easier just to spin it on.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've got that there. Okay, now what I want to do is create 2 loops, and I want the 2 loops to be to look like one. Okay, so I'm just going to have my wires still.
So you've only threaded one through?
Yeah, I've only threaded one through. So taking my round nose pliers, what I'm going to do is just, where the wires are sort of crossing, I'm just going to put my round nose pliers in, just gently bend the wire all the way around, reposition it and bend it round again. So I've got one loop there. And then just trim it, just, if you see, just on the edge of the...
Oh, okay.
Literally right on the edge. Can you see that? Where's my little whiteboard?
Whiteboard?
My little, I'm going to just replace with a white.
There you go.
So if I just put that to the side, you should see where I've just done it right on. You can see where it's just slightly out there.
Yep.
Okay, so it creates a nice loop, okay? So now I'll turn it over, put my pliers in, and what I'm doing is I've put them through that loop, and then I'm going to just bring this wire around and again reposition and going through that loop again.
With your pliers?
With my pliers, and then that means that they'll both be
exactly
in the same place. And then again, just trim it exactly the same. Ooh. Give it a little bit of a squidge with your pliers, make sure there's no sharp edges, and then when you look there,
Perfect.
it looks like one.
Yep.
So now you simply put a jump ring through that, and then basically repeat this 3 times, and you link them with the jump rings.
Gorgeous.
That's exactly that, and then it's just been placed on the necklace. And that's all it is. It's really simple. You can make earrings like it. You know, you could do a smaller version and put the smoky quartz in, or a couple of them, and mix it up.
Yeah, that's great. And the fact that we can show that as well. Just all connected very, very simply with your jump rings. If you can see that one there.
And it's quite nice. I like them being on the eye pins because it gives them different angles. They don't all sit straight. They kind of sit in different angles, and you can sort of play about with it a little bit.
Yeah, lovely. And when you think about it, you've used 3 there. If you wanted to make a less expensive piece, you wouldn't have had to have been gem heavy on this.
No.
You could have used the chain.
Yep, you could. I could have created a coil, like a gizmo coil, and just put. So I could maybe have just put a couple of the cat's eye, and then instead of the quartz and agate, just filled it up with a coil. You know, you could just use, like you say, the chain if you wanted to. So it is a really versatile thing. It's just, you know, it's just a nice little simple design that shows off the gems, really.
Yeah. And just using 3 gems, and I mean, how much? Less than half a metre, essentially, of wire and 3 jump rings, and instantly you've got something different. I love the swirling effect of it. Very pretty.
Yeah, and it all moves about as well. So as you wear it, they'll reposition themselves, so give it movement, and they'll catch the light then as well.
Lovely. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Do not forget that you do have the other colours available as well. That's the citrine hues. We're just going to bring it up on screen, the graphics up on screen in a few seconds. And what we've got is citrine, birthstone of November, and the happiness stone. So always a really, really lovely gift. Then we've got our carnelian, and then we've got our jadeite. And it comes with 100 metres of the fabulous chartreuse. I adore this colour. This one is going really quickly because don't forget you've got the big block of wire as well, and it comes with the silver plated copper findings as opposed to the antique bronze that came with the other one. Now, Laura, you're going to have a little play with this as well, so we might see something later if you get time.
No, I'll try and do sort of similar designs in that so that you can see the different way that just by using different colours and different stones, how it can just change it completely.
Yeah,
so I'll
great.
have a little play.
Lovely. Thank you so much. We've got one more text before we go on a quick break. Is it coming? Is it coming? Here it is. Fantastic show, Sarah and Laura. Oh, thank you. How lovely to see Sarah on a daytime show. I know. I was so nervous and excited. I hope she'll be a regular. Oh, thank you. And what a fabulous combination Laura and Sarah are. Calm, warm, informative and inspirational. We love you, Francesca. We love you. Thank you. Keep your texts coming. They don't always have to be praise. Please go gentle on us on this first show. But any questions that you actually want to ask Laura as well, then please feel free. Thank you so much, Francesca. Don't go away. Here is the text message. Number, it's 60777 and start your text with JM Studio. Ignore the 9 till 1. This is the first show and there's bound to be something that we've forgotten to change. We're going to work on a new one of those for you. Very, very quick break. Do not go away. After the break, we've got a top 10. So everything that has been last month were the best things that we sold. We are going to be doing a little bit of a top 10. We've got birthstones coming up for January and February, and we've got more of the lovely Laura binding. Do not go away, and we'll see you after this.
It's the Wire Work for Beginners course that I'm on today with Louise. I've thoroughly enjoyed myself. It's been a wonderful course, starting from very basics. Every question that we had for Louise, she's answered, and it's been a marvellous education in learning to do things with wire work.
Do you need a helping hand to get started with Jewelry Maker? Are you stuck for ideas and need inspiration? Then visit our Jewelry Maker website where you can find our video tutorials. Expand your knowledge and skills with these easy to follow jewelry making demonstrations. Whether you're a beginner, hobbyist or business owner, there's always something new to learn. It couldn't be easier. Simply click and learn some new jewelry making techniques. Jewelry Maker course gift vouchers are now available. You can choose from a bronze, silver or gold voucher. Each voucher is worth a different amount that entitles you to put towards a course of your choice. For more information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. Our standard delivery is now only £2.95 per day, regardless of how many pieces of jewellery are added to your order. Delivery takes between 4 to 6 working days, and if you want your jewellery quicker, simply speak to our call centre about our premium delivery service. Add to your collection with our Memory Wire DVD, which is full of hints and tips and step-by-step instructions for all levels. Follow Lucy and Debbie as they take you through how to create bracelets, necklaces and rings using memory wire. To get your hands on a copy, phone our call centre on 0800 644 655. Jewelry Maker, bringing out the designer in you.
Welcome back to the second part of our very first Designer Inspiration show. Oh, that was dreadful. Right, we're going to go through that again. Welcome back to the second part of our Designer Inspiration show. We're getting there. Very excited that we can now bring you our new feature of a show, and it is the top 10 of this month. So, now are we going from 10 till 1? So this is top 10. I feel like we need music like the old Top of the Pops, don't we? That's what we're going to work on. We're going to work on that. Have a little look at what we've got here. Very, very pretty. Faceted drops. It is the lovely pink amethyst. They're not drops, I do beg your pardon, they are faceted pears. Now the pink amethyst is very well known to look like Rose de France. It's very sought after, those beautiful pink hues that you get into it. Now we are very low on this stock. As I say, these are our 10 picks from last month that have already been very, very popular. We only have 20 of these available, and that is for the whole of the British Isles, so get ready to dial our free phone number 0800 644 655. Look at the faceted. Look. Let me just show how they will gleam and glisten under the light. Absolutely beautiful, and in that lovely pink hue. Very different. Okay, low in stock, only 20 available, and this is your prize. $12.95. Now do not forget, what you are getting here is that beautiful pink, that soft pink, the facets as well. But look at the sizes. I mean, the ones in the center is a slightly graduated strand, and they are 18 times 13 mils, and then the smaller ones are approximately 11 times 7 mils. Gorgeous. Very, very low in stock on those. Don't forget to check out of your baskets as soon as you can if you are buying on the website. We don't have many of these available, and we are fairly busy today in the call centre as well, so if there is ever a queue, please just stay put. If we do sell out of anything, we will try and let you know as soon as we can. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Last few of those. And moving on to the next one. Number 9. No, that was Blind Date. That was Blind Date. Oh, that would be a bit strange, wouldn't it? No, taken. Cassie, taken? Are you taken? Oh, she's not letting us know. I will find out more for you. Okay, we have got the felting. We've got the felting needle DVD. How popular has felt been? Well, obviously very. Can I do it in full black? I don't know. Look at the needle felting. No, I can't. I'm a bit high as well. It's like I sound like Kerry Katona. Oh no! Love you, Kerry. Right, let's move on. Needle felting. I'm sorry for everybody in Liverpool right there and then. The DVD is with the lovely Gemma Crow. It's been so popular. When we first launched the felting kits, they ran out of the warehouse. We could not get enough in stock. Very, very easy as well. My mind boggles as to how it all works just by using a needle and some fabric. But you do have 4 different types of projects in this DVD. And let's get you a price on this one. I know it's going to be very, very popular. It's just $4.95. And as I say, you do have 4 different projects in this. It's the very, very basic, but it's amazing what you can do. You obviously get your 30-day no quibble money back guarantee. And the great thing about these is you can stop them, you can rewind them, you can pause them, you can make and watch at the same time, and you can have that flexibility. A little bit of a queue on the phone lines. Please do stay where you are. Now, believe it or not, I used to have singing lessons, and my teacher was absolutely fabulous, but she was £40 an hour. I mean, she's top of her game, but when you think that you get an hour here for $4.95 and the fact that you can keep on watching it, it's great value, isn't it?
It really is, and I mean, it's good when you've got that. I mean, I've got quite a few of the DVDs at home, and I like to watch them just to refresh yourself. If you think, oh, how do I do that again? You know, it's nice to actually be able to go back and have that reference, or just if there's one particular thing that you need to see, just go straight to that one particular thing without having to go through everything, or try and find what you're looking for. It's all there for you.
I stop and rewind, because sometimes if you're busy doing stuff while you're watching and then like, oh no, that was really important, and then
or you blink and you turn around and then you go, oh no, I missed it. Especially if you've got kids.
Great. Right, we've got to move on. We've got to move on. That's just £4.95. Now in at 8. Ah, qu'est-ce que c'est? It's our bronzite. Such a pretty luster that you get on this. It's the flecks within it that make it so different. Great flecks. Look at that. I think on the website they called it something like it was something metallic luster. That's really annoying that I can't remember that, and I should never have brought it up. But it's like a metallic luster, but they called it something else. I'm going to find out in the break for you. The lovely little flecks. Very, very interesting stone. Mixing your metals is really in vogue at the moment, bang on trend, as Gokwan would say. So it's great that you can have that bronze tone in your jewellery and then mix it with your wire, your different coloured findings. Also works really well in gents jewellery. Very, very pretty. Great colours, because some of them are golden, some of them are more those reddy browns, and then some of them are more silver-like. Very beautiful strand. And we are low in stock on this one. If you like what you see, get ready on your phone lines. Don't forget to check out of your baskets. Let's bring you a price on this, because we do have people already confirming. 1 postage and packaging, and this is your price. $6.95, a beautiful strand. I don't think I've ever had bronzite on my watch before as well. It's just beautiful. Though it's the flecks inside it that I particularly like. Those amazing lusters. Have a little look at this. If we go really tight on it. You wouldn't want to facet this just to show off the natural beauty of it. Those lovely flecks. And can you see what I mean by the different colours? So that one's really reddy. Then you've got this one that's more golden. And then where's my silver-like one? He's gone. I've lost him. Look at that one there. Really interesting. $6.95 for your bronzite strand. Great shape on them. They're hexagonals. They are 10 by 12 mils, and we are very low in stock on these. That was our number 8. Number 7 coming up. We mentioned it earlier. It's our chasing hammer. Now this not only gives texture to your wire work, but also gives strength. Laura B, how often do you use your chasing hammer?
All the time.
All the time.
I was using it last night.
Yeah.
It's little things like I said about doing the loops. I would use it as well when I'm doing my own earring hooks. I always just give it a little hammer. Just if you look at earring findings, they've often got that little flat section, so you use that to create that effect as well. So it's just, I love it. I really do.
So like I said earlier, when we always talk about getting that professional finish, just doing this just simply to earrings.
Just to get that little flat look, just to get that little finish, and again, just to gently tap it, and then you get that strength as well.
Great. So an essential for all your wire work for one price. I think this is a great price as well. Coming up, $6.95. You've got your solid wood there as well, and you do have your 2 different sides. So one side is great for just getting that flat look, and the other side is great for giving texture to your designs and that lovely organic feel to it, that organic texture. Lovely. A massive essential there in at, that was number 7. The cute clue is right behind me. Number 6. In at 6. Tanzanite graduated plain prisms. And look at the size of the one in the middle. He is huge. He is, what's the size? 14 times 8 mils, and the smaller ones are approximately 8 times 4 mils, and you are getting 75 carats of beautiful tanzanite. Now, tanzanite can only be found in one location, and that is, of course, in Tanzania at the foothills of Mount Kilimanjaro. It wasn't found until the 1960s when it was named tanzanite by Tiffany & Co. Anything associated with Tiffany & Co. is always bound to have a luxury tag straight onto it, and tanzanite is absolutely no exception. It's so, so beautiful. Blue, never going to go out of fashion, and also is a massive favourite colour of the majority of the population. Beautiful for your Christmas presents. If you are giving this as a gift, let people know the history behind the gemstone. I was in Wales yesterday, and I'm looking at some beautiful jewellery, some beautiful handmade artisan jewellery, and I was thinking that is definitely smoky quartz, that is definitely, I think it was Amazonite, but it didn't say on it, and I thought that's such a shame, because if you are getting the real McCoy and you're not getting synthetics, you want to know the history behind it, or maybe the potential healing properties behind it, because that is what is so beautiful about natural gemstones. Now, we are limited on stock. We're going to have to bring you that price. And here we go. It's $19.95. Not only are you getting the lovely tanzanite, but look at these shapes. This is the sort of strand I would recommend. You can get a certificate of authenticity. That is only 50p. If you buy it when you check out, you can check out of your basket. You just click a little button that says you want to order it. It will be sent out with your order. Again, you can speak to the call centre, or you can actually download it when your order is sent to you. You can follow the links, go on it to your basket, and you can just download it for free. Right, we've got to move on away from our beautiful tanzanite. That's $19.95. Got it. Numeral 5. And in at 5. I wish I could remember the tune. Can anyone remember the tune? Da 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 da. Boom, 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 boom. That's the one. Now we've got our steel block here. If you did get the hammer, which was in 10987, then your steel block is an essential to protect all your work surfaces. Because I have to jewellery make inside. In the summer it was great, but now it's too cold. I've got perspex all over, get it everywhere. But this is an absolute essential. I would recommend, now I've seen that we have one of these, could you put it on there as well? Or is that a bad idea? Because you're not going to get the...
No, you could. It would soften it, and also it can absorb the sound as well, because it can be quite noisy when you're hammering. Yeah. I tend to just put mine on like a coaster, like a cup coaster, just to soften it a bit. But yeah, you could definitely do that, definitely.
Pop it on there. An essential as well for your wire making. Now, this is heavy. It is a steel block. Do not forget that it's only ever one postage and packing, and that is $2.95. And even though this is silly heavy, it will be absolutely included in your general postage and packing, so do not worry about that. And this is your price. $7.95. The weight of this and the quality that you are getting here, and just think, if you did damage your work surface, how much trouble would you be? Get this, work safely, don't ruin your home for the sake of $7.95. Great, great value. Right. Numeral number 4, dearie me. Now I need some of these. These are your nylon pliers in at number 4. How essential are nylon pliers to your wire work?
I use mine all the time, I really do. I always refer to them as my wire straighteners, because that's what I use them for mostly. Yeah. I use them to, if you get any kinks in your wire, if you straighten them out, don't just run those along it if it's kinked, take all the kinks out, but then you'll have like a wavy bit of wire, then use it to straighten out that piece of wire. And also, if you do want to make spirals, or if you do anything and you are using coloured wire, by having the pliers, you can do that, and you'll reduce the marking of the colour on the wires. Yep.
Yeah, because I was watching you the other day, and I remember you picked them up when you had a little kink, and you just ran it over.
Straight across, and it's gone.
Yeah,
all the
because
time.
I was making a necklace for my friend, and she's just gone in to have some fertility treatment, and it was out of moonstone and garnet because they're great stones for fertility. So I made her one, and I don't have these, and I got a little kink, and I kind of tried to use my flat nose pliers, but it doesn't work.
No, you straighten it out with the pliers, then run it across, and then it will straighten it out for you perfectly. Yeah.
And obviously, like you just said, if you did get the chartreuse in the earlier bundle that we had with the citrine, this is ideal because it is not going to take off the colour of your wire. And with any of the other colours that you've got, whether it be the pink, the midnight, I'm trying to think what other colours we've got. We've got the red, we've got the green.
Blue, green, purple, black.
Loads.
Lots.
All of those. And we are limited in stock on these. And this is your price, $4.90. See, when I think that it's only that price, I'm like, why have I not got one? You know, sometimes you're like, oh, I'll save that to the next order because the order racks up, doesn't it? But at $4.95.
I've got like 3 or 4. I really have.
You've got 4 of these?
Well, I've got 3 or 4.
Have you?
I use them, and because I do use them quite a lot, I like to have one obviously travelling with me all the time.
Yep.
You know, some at home. I normally accumulate quite a few pairs. Yeah.
Yep, great. That was our number 4. Number 3. Da, 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 da. Box number 8. Storage bag. Aha. Lovely, lovely storage bag. Now this, I just want to, no, it's not this one, that one's, oh no, I've given it away. What's coming up later? It's this one. Okay, so this is the one which has these 5 beading, but 5 beading boxes in it. Now, let me see if I can destroy one of these just to show you. Someone who's really good at maths, 3 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3 8s are, sorry? 25, no, not 25. 24. She's good. To be honest, my times tables are over. I can do trigonometry, can't do turn table, because I use that every day. Now, have a little look at how these work. So essentially, you can have 24 different little boxes, and they all are divided up with these that come with it. So these break off, they slit into the grooves that are, I don't know whether you can see them, they run along there. So you can have 24 tiny little boxes, or maybe you've got loads of spacer beads you've bulk bought in spacer beads, and you could have you could put a little divider in there and have all spacers in this. Then you could have a little one with jump rings. You could have a double box for, I'm trying to think, shepherd hooks, and one for your chain. So you can just play around with it. Depending on what you've got in your stash, it will work with you, it will work for you. It's also grade 5 plastic. Now, grade 5 plastic means that once you've opened up your polymer clay, it will start going hard. You keep it in this and it won't. Very, very important for all polymer clay people. And you are, as I say, getting 5 other options. Then it all zips up. And you can take it on holiday with you. The other great thing about this as well, can I what? Sorry, what was that? Take the sticker off the front. That's attractive. Doesn't come with the sticker. Don't know what the sticker is. Just move it off. And it comes with everything. And if you are somebody like Laura Bindings, who binding, I do always put an S on him, I'm sorry. Then you can always just put a little train. What do you call your train things?
Train challenge.
Train challenge.
Yeah.
If you've got a project that you're doing, or you want to take something on a commute or something like that, you can just pop it into one of the 5 plastic boxes, and then off you go, and you can have tools. And because the mini tool box, oh, we're going to be naughty with it. That is what I like. Just because it's the first show, it's a bit of a price crash. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Are you? I like that a lot, and it's going to be $9.95. You are getting 5 boxes, and there is going to be 5 boxes for under £10, that's £2 a bead box. If you already have one of these, this is worth getting it because you can get a bead box for £2. Get organised with your bead boxes. That's really, really great value. Another thing that you can do, if you did buy this earlier, this was at the top of the show, and it is our essential toolkit. That will just fold up and it can be placed in the top and will also zip up as well. So again, if you're going on holiday and you know that you want to be doing some beading in the sun or something like that, then you can have 4 different projects here, and then you've got space for all your tools. Great, great value, great, great quality, and at £2 a bead box, you just can't go wrong. Like I say, if you already do have the black cover, it's worth getting it just for the boxes. Jump on the phone lines. It is a free phone number, and don't forget to check out of your basket as soon as you can. I love it when people post on Facebook their stashes and you just see like boxes and they've all got stickers on. Mine's just in a filing cabinet, all in their bubble wrap. I just have to like trawl through it. Are you organised, Laura?
No, goodness me, no, I'm like a complete chaos.
You're not a Mark Smith?
Oh no, he would have a heart attack if he saw where I kept all my stuff. He would freak out.
Does your daughter get into your stash?
Well, no, because I've technically got like a den above my kitchen. It's an old conversion, so that's where everything should go. Most of it does, but I've also got like a little room with shelves and stuff, so I tend to put reels of wire up there, and if I'm working on a project, they'll find gaps and stuff, and I've just, you know, so no, I'm not organised.
Great, great. Right, we do have a little bit of a queue on the phone lines. Please, please stay where you are. There's enough for you all, but please don't hang up and maybe miss out. There's enough. If you are on the queue, in the queue, then don't worry. There's enough to go round. Great, great value. Just £9.95. That must be the lowest we've ever gone on that one. Great, great value. We are going to move on to number 2, which is the other bag. This beats that. Now, I just want to show you. This is on number 2. You're indestructible. It's so, like, I am trying to rip it apart just to show that this isn't going anywhere. Can I put my head in there? Yes, I can put my head in there. They told me, normally it's Ben who's wandering around walking in with, oh, just look up and like Ben's got one on his head. You cold today, Ben?
A little.
A little bit.
If only I had an insulative layer to put on my head.
Exactly, this is what you need. They are such good quality. You've got all your little packs here. These are great for your tools. Loads and loads are just right the way around outside, and then you've got the layer. You can put your lunch in there and a little ice block, and you can put your head in there if you ever need to. It's always an option. Great, great quality in this. Get it home, try, you just cannot pull it apart. Again, it's lovely if you do have a project that you're doing and you want to keep that maybe by the TV. Sometimes I just can't be bothered to go in the other room, which is ridiculous because I live in a very small flat. It's amazing how cozy you can get, especially if you only heat one room, which I never do, to be honest. I've got the heating on full. Let's get you a price on this one. £9.95, great, great value. You are going to use this all the time. It's also great if you've got any other crafting that you do. Maybe if you make cards, then you can store some paper in here. Again, maybe just your paper and your glue, and like a little die cutter or something could all go in that. And it can just be by the side of the sofa or in the dining room, just to keep everything together, just keep everything neat and tidy. You can put your hammer in there. You can put your pliers. Great, great value. £9.95. Da 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 da. Numeral 10. Oh, you're my number one. I'd do anything for you. No, I don't know that. I don't know that song, honest. Okay, let me show you this. This is your 925 crimp covers. How many, number one, how many are you getting in a pack? 100 pieces of your 925 sterling silver crimp bead covers. They are essentials for that uniform, here they are, that uniformity in your designs and that very, very professional look. I know a lot of people have severe problems with putting the silver plated copper findings with some of our gemstones, especially the gems of distinction. If you are paying maybe £20 a strand, then you're not going to want to put plated findings with it. These are such good quality. You can use them as a selling point in your designs as well if you do sell them, by saying that all the findings, all the metal on your designs is your high-end metal. There's a little bit of a queue on the phone lines. Please stay where you are. There is enough to go around. Do you use crimp covers, don't you?
I do, yes.
And would you use them on everything, or do you just use them on the higher end pieces?
If it's sterling silver, sorry, I'm not being rude. I'm in the middle of a pour.
No, I went to you at the wrong point.
Yeah, it's essentially, if you do like to, if you think of the necklace that we just did in that demo, you know, the finding itself was quite minimal, so that would be a nice time to put the sterling silver findings, because it just finishes it off. So if you've got your high-end gemstone, you want to do something like a real simple beaded bracelet, then you only need a couple of the sterling silver crimps, and then you've suddenly got a nice high-end piece, and it's guaranteed that people will recognise it's sterling silver. You can say it's sterling silver, you know, and they'll feel comfortable with that. Also, it's handy to have if people say, I really love that design, but I have to have sterling silver. You say, that's all right, I can do it for you in sterling silver because I've got it in my stash.
Yeah, lovely. So if you've got that tanzanite strand, the beautiful tanzanite, that's the sort of strand that you really do want to mix with your higher metals. We are limited on stock. There's that tanzanite, gorgeous. We are limited in stock on our 925 silver crimp bead covers, and this is your price. £7.95, and you are getting 100 pieces in a pack. It's our number one from last month, our biggest seller at the moment. It's been so very popular. Jump on the phone lines and don't forget to check out your baskets as soon as you can. We are limited in stock on these, so please, if there's a bit of a queue, join it. It's a free phone number, and just stay where you are. I think as well, a few designers I've met use these as spacer beads if they've run out. Yeah. Because they fit together so well.
Yeah, they're really nice if you're doing an earring and you've just got like a head pin and you've got like a really lovely little gemstone. Just a couple of those, and it just gives a bit more depth to the earring as such, rather than just having a plain head pin showing. Yep. You can build it up a bit with the crimps, and then maybe put another little smaller gemstone in, and then another crimp. Yeah, and it just gives that extra feature. Yeah, lovely. Very popular for all your high-end designs. These are a must. We are into double figures on these, and we did have only 100, absolutely no more. Free phone number, and please check out your baskets as soon as you can. If you've just joined us, welcome to the very first mid-show. We've got balloons to say it is that important, and we've also got the lovely Laura binding. We've got some demos coming up. As you might be thinking, if you missed the beginning of the show, you might be thinking, what's Laura doing with jewel enamel? It's her very first demo of jewel enamel. She was asked what she would want to diverse into, and she's chosen jewel enamel, and we're very excited. And that is coming up in about half an hour or something around that time, so we're going to come back over. That was our top 10 of Jewellery Maker from the last month, but we're going to be doing that every day, so it's going to be the top 10. Good running, yay! And we're gonna try and get music that will sound a bit like da 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 da. And I won't be doing blind date. No. Stay on the phone lines for your 95 crimp beads. There are still some available. Right, we're going to move on. What's next? Silver plated copper wire. Fabulous. Let's grab this over here. Silver wire.
Okay, we've got 100 meters of your 0.6 and 100 meters of your 0.8 in the silver wire. Now, Laura, 0.8 was what you were using earlier.
Yes.
And 0.6 a little bit thinner. What's the difference?
Well, obviously it is more thinner, so you can still do everything you can with the 0.8, if probably not more, but you have to take into account that it is not as strong as the 0.8. So if you were to make a ring, you would need to wrap around about 6 times as opposed to just 3, because you would need to build that strength up. But also it's good for gizmoing. It's perfect for gizmoing. It's ideal. And then to have the 0.8 as the base for a gizmo. So, you know, if you wanted to do a gizmo bracelet, you could do some gizmo coils with a 0.6, use the 0.8 as a frame, and you can still get your gemstones on both those wires. You know, rosary links, racked links, the works really. They're just ideal.
Great, great. You heard it from the master herself. So you've got 100 meters of your 0.8 and 100 meters of your 0.6. Now, if I'm not mistaken, silver is the most popular wire that we sell. Definitely, and what with Christmas coming around the corner as well, my Auntie Paula, who's my godmother, hello if you're watching, Auntie P, she is using this at the moment with the jig, the wire jig, and she's making Christmas trees for her Christmas tree. Let's get you a price on this, brand new today, and you are getting 200 meters in total, and it's $34.95. And it's silver plated. I'm a little bit worried because Hannah Roxbury is in the office and she doesn't like it if we do a deal on wire. We're not getting any more wire in now until January. The Ox has spoken. Here we can give you 200 meters in the 0.6 and the 0.8 for $34.95. Can I just grab some jewellery just to show the beauty that is? What shall I get? Am I all right? Am I all right? Got it, got it. I'm going to grab this one and this one. Okay. Thanks for the dance break. Which one should we go on to first? I mean, this one, again, it's just using, like we saw with Laura earlier, just using the wire in a real organic fashion, just having a little play around. Although that wouldn't be gizmoing, would it? Oh, it might be. Yeah, it's too uniform to be anything else. A little bit of gizmo there. If you don't have the gizmo, you can find it on our website or speak to the call centre. That's what makes all these coils. It's so easy. The 2 kits from this morning are running along the bottom. That was the cat's eye and the citrine. We still got some of both kits available. And then this one here. This is using the thinner wire for all the detail here. I think this is probably 0.4. Can you do this kind of detail with 0.6?
Not that kind of detail, just because the wire is just a little bit too thick for the wrapping. It's quite hard. It won't wrap as tightly as the 0.4, which is probably what's been used there. But that being said, it's ideal for twisting together. I know that Gemma was on yesterday morning. She did a lovely bracelet, cuff style bracelet, just by twisting several pieces of 0.6 together. And then all of a sudden you've got the strength of a 1.2 in effect. You know, so there are lots of different options that you can use it for, really.
And I guess the silver as well, if you do already have any of the colours that we mentioned earlier, like the chartreuse, the midnight, the red, it's going to work really well with your silver. If you've got copper, antique bronze, it's going to work well with your silver because the mixed metals is really in right now. It's just $34.95, and that is for 200 meters of our silver coloured wire. Great value. Jump on the phone lines, free phone number, and don't forget to check out of your baskets as soon as you can. Gorgeous. Right, we're gonna move on. What's next? Gold plated copper wire. Again, you have 100 meters of your 0.6 and 100 meters of your 0.8. If you really love your wire, then get both. Why not get them both while they're on offer? Mixing metals is really massive right now. Let me just show you. And you only ever pay 1 postage and packing as well, even though it does have a bit of weight on it, doesn't it? When you buy it in the 100 meters, they're like, They could be good for dumbbells, couldn't they?
But they're the recognised colours, aren't they? Silver and gold. Everyone loves silver and gold jewellery. So.
And it goes with every gemstone, or anything that you've got already in your stash. You know that your silver and your gold is going to go with it. So we've already had the silver, exactly the same with the gold. 0.6, 0.8, 100 metres of each. And the price is going to come up. Graphics are there. Oh, no, it's not. It's not that. I do apologise. It is not that. Sorry about that. Graphics is going crazy. We've got the lovely Phil, who we call Pip. He is at the helm today. He's our new presenter. Not new presenter, no. He's our new producer. He's absolutely lovely. He's bringing up the wrong thing. I don't know. We'll bear with you. This is his first, and it's not your first show, but it's pretty much your first one where you've actually had to be able to schedule it and everything else. So he's only been with us for a couple of days. He's doing ever so well. Yay, that's the right one. That is what we want. It's there. And this is your price. It's the same as the silver. It's $34.95. And you are getting 200 metres there of your 30, so for $34.95, 0.8 and 0.6 gold plated copper wire. It's great when it's got the plating as well, because it's pretty much, for 99% of the population, going to be hypoallergenic. It's not going to make your ears turn green, any of that. Although, if you are like Laura Binding and my friend Fee, who are particularly sensitive, expensive taste, cool blimey, I'm absolutely fine with it. Right, moving on from the wire. Collector's choice. Oh no, it's all falling out. Box number 10. Oh no. Box 10? No. Box 10 was my crimp beads. Which were number 1 in the top 10. Rough nuggets of rutile quartz. I've got rough nuggets. Oh, it looks like it could be rough nuggets of tourmaline though. Is this rutile quartz? No, it's tourmaline. Oh! This looks like it could be number 11. Is this it? I think that was multicoloured tourmaline that I had earlier in box 12. I think this must be our rutile quartz. Have a little look. I love the rough nuggets. I've only ever really seen the rough nuggets in the big cups when they're, you know, like 2 centimetres long. These are very, very pretty. They're delicate, and those black specks in them. Have a little look. The black specks are what we call inclusions. Now, inclusions can be anything from moss-shaped, moss-like, or needle-like. In this, you've just got those black specks, just to make it look a little bit different. Very, very pretty. It's also going to be a really hard stone as well. This is our quartz. Quartz is 7 on the, 8 on the Mohs scale of hardness. So the only things above it are your diamond, which is in at 10, and then in at 9 is your sapphire and your ruby. So it's very, very durable and very easy to wear. Just want to show on my scrawny hand that these are not going to hurt you. Even though they're rough cut, they're not smooth. You're not going to have a problem with wearing these on your wrist or around your neck. They're just organic. They're something a little bit different. They're very, very pretty, and you've got those lovely inclusions in there. This is the collector's choice. You are getting 250 carats. It's got tassels on, so you know it's special. Let's get you a price. What? Hold on. I just said it's got tassels on and you're expensive, and it's $6.95. We're happy with that. For collector's choice, $6.95. What are the sizes that you get here? You've got 3x2 to 5x3, and they are on an 18 centimetre strand. And you get your 2 tassels in black as well, if you like to use those in your designs. Very pretty. I like it because it's something a bit different as well. We do have a little bit of a queue on the phone lines. Please stay where you are. It is, of course, a free phone number, 0800 644 655. We've gone limited in stock on this strand now. Check out of your baskets as soon as you can in order for one of these to be allocated to you. If you're new to buying online, then how it works is if you put it in your basket, it doesn't mean that one off the shelf has been taken and put aside for you. It will just stay in the basket, so it makes it easier to get. Until you check out of your basket and you pay for that, that is only when one is allocated to come round to your house. So please, please make sure you check out of your baskets on a regular basis, and then you will definitely know that you've got one on your way to you. $6.95, limited in stock now, of our lovely black rutilated quartz. Gorgeous. Moving on. Box number 12. It is definitely multicoloured tourmaline, and it's in our rough cut nuggets again. Great, great colours in your tourmaline. It's October's birthstone. You get pinks, you get blues, you get browns, you get goldens. Very, very pretty. Again, you get that incredible organic feel to your gemstones, and on my scrawny hands, you're going to be absolutely fine. It's not going to mark you, it's not going to scratch you. You can really use these as a feature to your design. Don't have to go gem heavy, show them off, maybe with some metal or some wire work. We are low in stock. Even though it's multicoloured, you can already see that all the tourmaline colours are going to go well with each other. Maybe you've got some tourmaline already in your stash. Perhaps you've got some just simple plain polished rounds or something like that. Then you can really mix it with these so you can get the rough and the smooth. And just to add some texture to your designs. Right, we're low in stock. Let's bring you a price. It's another $6.95. This is for genuine tourmaline, and it is in your rough cuts. Something a little bit different. Get it home. If you don't like it, it's always a 30-day, no quibble money back guarantee. Free phone number, 0800 644 655. Beautiful rough cut tourmaline. Do keep sending in your texts if you've got any questions, wire work, enamel based, or just something that Laura Binding can answer. We've got another tutorial coming up in not too far, about 15 minutes to wait on that one, and we'll be going over to Laura. So keep your text coming in. It's always great to hear from you, and let us know what you want to see as well. This is brand new today. We're still getting the hang of what you want, what we can put in our shows, and it's always great to hear your comments. Any text messages can come into 60777, and don't forget to start your text message with JM Studio. That way they'll get to us. If not, I have no idea where they go. Who knows? Who knows? The Queen. Dear Laura. Tourmaline. Right. Box number 13. Some more rough cuts. Love the colours. Hessonite garnet. Have a little look. Now, Hessonite garnet is well known for the cinnamon tones in this. I had cinnamon on top of my latte today. Oh, Christmassy. It comes in these gorgeous, gorgeous tones. Sometimes it is known as the cinnamon garnet. And you can see there, it's got that rustic look to it. But you could just put it with gold findings, just to keep it really, really simple and very golden. Beautiful. It would also work really well for your gents' jewellery. You could mix this with your bronzite, mix it with your tiger's eye, with your gold wire, your gold findings. The tree of life that you do with this in gold, that would be pretty, wouldn't it?
You could
mix it up and do a bit of gold and antique bronze to give it a bit of texture. Yeah, and you'd only need a couple of them just to give it a little bit of a different look.
Yeah,
gorgeous.
Mix it with your citrine or your peridot. That's our Tree of Life. I like the Tree of Life that you do in the circle.
In the pendant.
In the pendant.
Yeah.
That's what I like.
Yeah.
Really pretty.
You can make a bracelet as well, Tree of Life bracelet, and maybe I'll do that one day.
That, if you had the Tree of Life in the circle with this, so it's got that organic look, and then tan leather.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
That would be
gorgeous.
nice.
Really nice.
I like the look of that, the sound of that. I'll try. Gorgeous, good. Let's get you a price on this. This is your Hessonite garnet, and it's just another $6.95. This is your collector's choice. It's 75 carats, 4 times 2 to 12 times 7 mils on an 18 centimetre strand. This is all your collector's choice. Every strand that we have done since the end of our top 10. Beautiful, something a little bit different, and only at $6.95. We are limited on stock. We got to move on. Box number 14. Lovely. This is Heliodor. Wow, so this is part of your beryl family. It's Heliodor, which is our yellow coloured beryl. Look at how golden this is. I've not seen this strand before. We've got some big pieces here. Look at that. Beryl being the mother of gemstones. I've only ever seen Heliodor in a mixed strand of beryl. It's sisters with emerald, with your morganite, and with your aquamarine. It's 8 times 4 to 9 times 7 mils on an 18 centimetre strand. Although I reckon, actually, on this strand, obviously this is an approximate, these are bigger than that. These are at least 1 centimetre. Look at the size of those ones. It's such a fresh strand, great colour yellow, very pretty. Would look great with a Hessian garnet, with the cinnamon garnet that we had just the strand before. Those lovely honey tones, beautiful. And again, let's get the price. We are limited in stock on this. And it's another $6.95. I've not seen a single strand of Heliodor on my watch or when I've been watching. I love it, love it. Can I just show what it will look like with the Hessian? That's nice. Really pretty autumnal tones. They're rich, they're natural, beautiful. Mix that with just gold. Stunning. Lovely. If you got the gold wire earlier in the 0.6, I reckon. What would 0.6 go through there? I'm not sure. It's on beading thread though. Get it home if you don't like it. It's a 30-day, no quibble money back guarantee. Have a little play around and see what you can do. It would look great with the beading threads, any of these strands actually, because they've got that organic quality. If you've seen Adventures for Beading Thread, the DVD, it's just $4.95 on our website, or you can speak to the call centre. It's got Gemacro in it, Adventures with Beading Thread, and it's all about making different things with your beading thread, maybe flowers, maybe if you got the kit earlier and you had the bronze, like this, look, the bronze beading thread, you can make a flower out of that and have one of these as the centre. You could be sparing with that then, because that is a feature to your design. If you got the gold chain that was on this morning, the heart gold chain, beautiful. That was very, very popular. Right, we're going to move on. Box number 15. Our Petro Tourmaline. And they are rough nuggets. Some great colours in this. You've got a real deep green in there. It's your honey colours, it's your golden, and it's your beautiful organic nuggets. Very, very pretty. Love that colour there. And that one, really green. Look at those. We are limited in stock on this, and it is your collector's choice. You are getting 25 carats of your Petro Tourmaline. They range from 2 times 1 to 9 times 6, so you can get some big pieces on there. There's a tiny queue on the phone lines. If you have just joined that, we will not keep you waiting for long, and please stay where you are. The call centre do know that you're waiting, so they are going to try and get to you as soon as they can. Limited on stock on our Petro Tourmaline. Have a little look there. It's the greens that you get in this that amaze me. Gorgeous, very pretty. Could have some fun with these, and wire again. What would you do with this strand?
Oh, I like to do my feature pendants. So for me, I would do a really heavily wire wrapped pendant and have just a couple of those placed throughout it. Just to really show those stones off.
Yeah,
I think.
I love it when you do. I love all your pendants. Like the one you've got at the moment doesn't have the extra little detailing, but you do have a lot where you have used that with the thinner wire. I mean, what gauge of wire would you need for that? 0.4?
So I use a combination of 1mm and a 0.4 wire, or sometimes a 0.25. We were saying it does help. They each have their own use, real just nice, lots of wires going around, and just a couple of those as a focal, or even just like a sculpture pendant, which is on a second wire at DVD, where you just do lots of swirls with wire and just incorporate a couple of those. That would look really pretty as well.
Lovely. Limited on stock, and this is your price. It's another $6.95. No surprises there. We've kind of set it up, but remember what you're getting. You're getting beautiful, genuine gemstones with great colours in them. And you can play around with something different. You don't see these rough cuts on the high street. They are something different. And with a little bit of jewellery maker know-how, you can turn them into something exquisite, organic and original. And let's face it, we've all got some sort of arty quality in us if we are crafting. Just tap into your side and create something a little bit different. $6.95, and it's not that difficult. And there are, of course, tutorials on the YouTube page that we have as well. Just type in Jewellery Maker, type it in all one word, and it will send a link to all the things that we have posted over the last 3.5 years. There's loads and loads of stuff to get through on that. And very importantly, if you did buy the New to Jewellery Maker kit that we had at the beginning, it's a real great way just to learn how the best way to use your crimp beads, your crimp covers, how to do basic macrame, basic wire work. It's all in there. And we've got some jewel enamel coming up. She's beavering away over there. Lovely. Right, we've got to move on. One more strand, 16. It's citrine. It's November's birthstone, and it's the happiness gemstone. Great colours again. Those honey tones. These are slightly, they're slightly frosted. They're less rough than the other ones that we've shown. And you can see that translucency of the gemstone. You can colour grade these if you wanted, maybe in earrings, to have them the deeper colours at the bottom and the lighter colours at the top. I know I was on with Mark Smith once, and he had colour graded aventurine, and I was like, what? Why would you do that? That's crazy. Saw the piece, it was absolutely stunning. So sometimes it is worth putting that time in to colour grade them and have that as a feature in your design. Or you can just go, you don't like colour grading, do you, Laura?
No. I like it when you have the strands and they're already done for you.
That's
what I like. I haven't got the patience, but there are always times and places and pieces that actually do need that little bit of time taken. And if you haven't got the patience, find Mark Smith, get him to do it. Or Debbie Bolford, apparently, is a very good little organiser as well.
Is she?
I'm trying to recruit her to tidy up my den.
Come on round to my house for dinner. Lock her in there.
Can't come out.
Okay, let's bring you a price on this. This is our citrine, and they are our natural nuggets. Oh no, it's crashed. I reckon I can guess the price. It's a $6.95 strand. It is $6.95. That is for your citrine. Beautiful. What's the code, my darling? Can you let me know? The code is YMR U64. That's YMR U64. If you are buying on the website, then it should come up on the front page as well. It will just go, this is what Sarah's talking about right now. So you can just click on that and add it to your basket. If not, and you did miss out on the code, then just call the call centre and just say it's just been on and it was the citrine nuggets, and they'll be able to find it for you. $6.95 there for your beautiful citrine. Birthstone of November. It's going to be very, very popular this month. If you do have any leftover at the end of the month, then don't forget, then we've got Christmas where we need all the birthstones we can. We're going to have a little bit of birthstones coming up later. We do have some graphics. They've gone down. The graphics are down, so I do apologise. For some reason, it thinks it's 5 o'clock. Don't worry, we are going to sort that. We're working on it right now. What's next then, boss? We're going to go to our kit, our jewel enamel.
All right.
It's jewel enamel time. Right, what have we got? Can I get it here? Is there any chance of... We don't know. We don't know. Right, it's coming up. Now I can tell you the findings are your, what are they? Your copper coated antique bronze. It's your antique bronze findings. And you are getting, so you're getting wire and all the threading and some beads, 2 strands, and you're getting all the jewel enamels. Now the jewel enamels, okay, it's coming up. My graphics are coming up. Sorry that we can't get them on the screen for you. What we're going to do is I'm just going to launch it, talk you through it, and then we're going to go over to Laura Bindings and see what she's created. So, the details are here. Great, great, great. Okay, so with your jewel enamel, we have got 3 different colours in your jewel enamel. We've got the purple sapphire, we've got the light copper, and we've got the diamond clear. Now essentially you can use these singly, or you can mix them up, can't you? A bit like marbling a cake, would you say?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you can mix the colours together. You do have to go a bit careful. If you mix the diamond clear in, it's actually not going to change the colour, it's going to change the depth. Because it's going to give it a really more translucent effect. But if you mix the 2 normal colours in, then yeah, you can get swirl effects, art effects. It's just amazing.
So they'll go opaque? Though.
Yeah, if you add the diamond clear, you'll get a real translucent effect, and it'll really thin out almost. So when you pour them in, they'll just look really sort of. They just, I can't explain.
We're coming over. We're going to see that in real life, as it were. Let me just show you the strands that you are getting with this kit. So we've got Amazonite here, that beautiful bluey green, like the colour of the sea, originally found at the banks of the Amazon. You were getting 110 carats, and it's 10 times 8 mils. This whole kit is called Fantasy, and I think when we go over to see what Laura B has made, it will all become very, very clear. Then we've got this strand. These are chocolate shell rice beads, and they are approximately 5 times 3 mils. Very, very beautiful. These ones are really organic as well, because you can still see the different colours of the brown and the shell within it. Very, very pretty. Then we have got, where's our, I think the film is over there.
I think it got mixed.
I think it did, it was on the wrong one, wasn't it?
Here's mine.
There it is, lovely, lovely, thank you. So you get the film as well. So each one, how do you use the film, or shall are we going to come over to that? See, I am fascinated. I haven't done jewel enamel myself. So you get the different films here. Each one is that long. I can be a bit more specific on that. It's 5 times 50 centimetres. So the width is 5? Hold on. 5 times 50 centimetres. The width looks like 10.
You get 5.
Oh, you get 5 pieces. Okay, so you're getting 5 pieces of the watermelon, 5 pieces of the purple flash, 5 pieces of the crystal sun, 5 pieces of the citronella, and 5 pieces of the sugar plum. The width, I would say, is about 20 centimetres, but the length of it is ½ a metre. We are going to see how Laura has used these. How far would you say these would last, Laws?
Oh, they just go on and on and on and
Really?
on and on.
So
And
you only use a little piece at a time?
You don't use a lot at a time at all. And if you do want to use a lot, there's so much there that it will continue. It just continue. It's going to last you for ages.
Great, great. And then we've got our findings. These are our antique bronze findings. Your 98 pieces there, including your metre of chain. Then we've got, this one goes on and on. There's so much in this kit. 0.8 mils of your 10 metre of wire. Your 0.8, this is exactly if you the same as the rings that you were making earlier, Laura B was making. Yeah. So it's very, very versatile, but you've still got that strength. And then we've got our threading pack, including your monofilament, over 80 metres of 6 metres of your stretchy elastic, and around about 50 metres of your beading thread in the fabulous deep bronze colour. There is so much that you are getting in this one. Just to recap, 2 strands, 3 pots of jewel enamel, loads of your film sheets, your fusible film in watermelon, in purple, in crystal sun, citronella and sugar plum. Then you've got your threading pack, your 10 metres of 0.8 copper coloured wire, and your antique bronze findings. It's brand new today. If you aren't sure what jewel enamel is, we are going to have a lovely demonstration by Laura Binding. It is coming up. Stay where you are. Let's get you a price on this. This is for everything that I have just shown, including an organza bag, all for one price. Oh no, the mouse isn't working now. It's $24.95. Okay, $24.95. We have managed to get it up. That is for 2 strands, 3 pots of jewel enamel, all your film as well, your antique bronze copper findings, your threading pack, and 10 metres of 0.8 wire. It's great, great value. There is so much going on in this kit. And if you are new to jewellery enamel, then stay exactly where you are. There you've got your Amazonite, your 110 carats of Amazonite showing on the screen there, along with your shell rice beads in your chocolate colour, and they are approximately 5 times 3 mils, just for $24.95. Great, great value. Jump on the free phone line 0800 644 655. People are coming in quickly on these ones. Please, please jump on the phone lines and make sure you check out of your basket as soon as you can. Right, let's go over. We're coming over. Just want to remind you that this is Laura Binding's first jewel enamel demo.
So please be kind.
I'm fascinated by it. There is loads going on. You can also see this on YouTube, but it's always better in the live, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm looking like a bit of a mad professor at the moment. So I've got it everywhere, but I'm having fun.
So are these the colours? Which are the colours that we had over there?
Yes.
All of these?
No, we've got a second kit. So,
I see.
Some of them are from the second kit. So this one, and that. They're all mixes
so
of.
the colours that I showed you earlier in the jewel enamel pots actually come out to these colours. So, what colours were they?
They were
purple sapphire, and your golden
light copper,
and then mix those together, and you get these two. So these have been swirled together. Have a look at those. I love the fact it's a little bit like tiger's eye in that sense of like when you move it, that shimmer will move with it as well. It smells quite nice as well. Yeah. It's a bit of a weird thing to say, but I expect it to be a bit more plasticky.
It has a nice
almost
smell
sweet, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not suitable for consumption.
Not touch or eat or drink it.
Right. No, I know what we need to look at.
Sorry,
Let's
clear
look
my mess
at
away.
This. Have a little look.
So it's kind of
The
going...
graphics might disappear off your screen, but don't worry, it's still available at $24.95. Just jump on the phone lines. Gorgeous. Now this detailing as well, look at that. So you've just taken one of the clasps and you filled it with the jewel enamel there.
Yeah, yeah.
This is all going to be demoed, don't worry, it's going to be very, very comprehensive.
If you flip it over, I think that's the back side of it. So
Got the back side, there you go.
There you go,
Back
see,
side as well.
That's it, yeah.
And then we've got these little bits,
Sort of like
with
little...
a classic bit of Laura binding.
A little bit of wire in there.
Wire work at the top as well. Really pretty. And then these, you've made little earrings.
Yeah, I was just having a quick play about.
Just finished off
Yeah.
with the jewel enamel. Really pretty. Okay,
So down there is just some wipes. Can I just the towels?
Towels.
Yeah, kitchen towels. You should have kitchen roll if you're going to be doing the jewel enamel. I cleverly forgot mine, so we've got some in.
Some that you stole from the toilet.
Yeah,
that's
basically.
all right. It's
I
for drying
didn't
your
steal
hands,
it.
you know. That's
Ollie
all right.
stole it for me. Thank you.
It came from the men's. That's fine.
I think I wanted to know that. Okay, so what I'm going to start off by doing, what I was aiming for with this project was to create sort of like, you know, you can get these lovely glass lampwork beads and they've got all this lovely texture and colour coming through. Well, I was kind of hoping to kind of create that effect with the jewel enamel.
Without the heat and the danger, although you got a little bit
Get
of
a little bit of danger.
heat, but not as much.
Yeah, and it gives you a bit of control over it. It's a lot more instant as well. And you can just, each one will vary. So that's what the actual focal of the pendant was. What I'm going to start off with by showing you is actually the drops, because what I did was with the beautiful little Amazonite. I can't speak. I just made like little sort of eye pins for them to sit on, and then I can attach them to the chain. So what I'm going to do is just start off by showing you that, because they've also got jewel enamel on them as well. And plus I've already made my my heating pot all nice and dirty anyway, so we'll use the same colours.
Yeah.
I've actually got a bit of a mix of colours here because I've been playing about with the other colourway. Okay, so with this we've got the light copper and the purple sapphire. So with the actual heating melting pot, you have to have it set up to the UT up here, right at the very top. Okay, it is hot. It will be very hot. You do have to be careful. The handles are fine. Everything else is going to be hot. Even this bit here is hot. So just handle with care. You know, it's and don't let any of the enamel touch you. It's like when you get the hot candle wax, but 10 times hotter.
Okay,
you know,
yeah.
so you do need to be careful. Okay, it does normally have a little lid as well, but I can't find a lid. All the lid does is just make it go a little bit quicker. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just literally just sprinkle in some of the purple sapphire.
Gosh, it's going already.
Yeah, it's amazing. It will instantly melt. Let me just move that so you can actually see it a bit better.
That's an amazing colour. Look
It's
at that.
lovely.
It's almost got like a shimmer on it.
Yeah, and the thing is, when you see it in the pot, don't think, oh, I don't know if that's my colour, because it's completely different when it goes in the actual melting pot. In fact, it is quite good to do little samples like that, which is why I actually kept those just pure as they were. So that it's good. You can, if you're thinking what colour should I go for, I can't remember what colour that quite comes out like. Just you've got your little sample, even maybe mark it with a little Sharpie marker pen, lots of them are available.
That's a good idea, yes, yeah.
And then you can mark it and then you'll know the colour code. Okay, so I'm just letting that melt. So what I'm actually going to do, if you just want that one colour on its own, you can just leave that to melt on its own. If you want to get a little bit adventurous, just pour the second one in. Okay, and that one will melt too. Now with this one, when you mix the colours, put it where you kind of want it to go. So if I think I want a little bit on this side, kind of colour it how you're going to want it, because you don't want to stir it too much. If you stir it too much, you can create bubbles. So you can give it a little swirl, but don't sort of be stirring it like you're cooking something. And also, if you do that, you're going to end up making one colour in effect. You're going to turn it into, you can get carried away and turn a sort of sludgy kind of colour. So you don't want to do that. You want to keep those beautiful colours. Okay, so you can see that they're more or less melted now. All right, you want to swirl it a little bit. Just pop, you get a spatula with the starter kit, just do a little swirl and just gently mix them slightly. And then you get that like nice marbled effect.
Yeah, lovely.
Okay, and obviously I'm working on a heat proof mat as well that we sell. And these are really essential when you are working. You really do need one of these. And they're lovely because they're so large. I mean, you can cut little corners off if you want to do other little projects as well.
Because I think on the shrink plastic DVD, Liz Welsh uses a little bit of this and the melting pot just to heat. Oh no, she has a bath, doesn't she? But you can probably
friendly plastic.
Friendly plastic.
Friendly plastic. Yeah, but she uses this for
She
the
does use
back.
that,
Yeah,
doesn't
and this is
she?
the exact same setup for friendly plastic. You know, for anything like that.
So if you are looking to go into other mediums, or you might already have this, but
yeah, definitely
have a look on our website.
Definitely. Okay, when it hardens, you'll see you can just literally just take it off. Once it's soft, once it's gone cold and solid, it's fine. And I just always put like a little pile of your if you've got a little pot, you can put it in.
Can you reheat that?
Yeah, because you can reheat everything. So don't.
So if you make a mistake,
yeah, don't worry. You just put it back in. And also, if you do have this, and even if when you put it in, it does turn into sludge. We do the mica powders, we do the gleam. You can easily use that to highlight them, so you will never waste anything with this. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I found out this the hard way, so I'll be honest.
But that's what's so great about trying a new medium.
Yeah, I thought I did it, and then I realised actually this isn't going to work. So what I originally did, I'm going to just show you what I need to do is prop this up, because the pot itself, the pan itself, is actually tilted. So all of the enamels are sliding to the back. Okay, but I want it to just be a little bit deeper. Now there is a max line. So don't go over the max line. You can't see it very clearly, but when you've got it, you'll know it. The inside is a max line, so you don't want it to go over the max line. But I want to just prop it up a little bit, just to give me something to actually. So I'm just going to use this, just a mould. I'm just using a standard one of our moulds. Make sure it's stable, but it's just giving me a little bit of a puddle to sort of be able to dip the wire into. So I'll show you what I initially did, which was wrong. I put my wire, my 0.8 wire, which came in the kit. And because I've got that little sort of puddle now, I don't want to be touching and scraping all of the pan, because obviously it's metal. You don't want to.
Non-stick as well, presumably.
But just gently dipping it in and coming out, and you've got a cute little ball, like a little head pin. Okay, and that's so cute. But obviously, being dual enamel, so you can put this on, and it's fine. It will hold it. But what will also happen is it can do that. Ooh.
Oh no!
Don't put beads in there. If that happens, just this. There we go. He's okay. It's fine. He was rescued. So I still really like the effect though of having the enamel. So obviously not to lose the stones or anything like that. What you can do is use head pins that come in the findings kit, or the eye pins. If you use head pins, it will still look like a little dollop, but hold the stone. Should it come off, it will still hold the stone in place. And all I'm doing is just again a little spiral. And this is what I did for the earrings, but I just created almost like a little oval, really. Yeah. So a little, tiny little spiral, just like that. Okay, you can see that there.
Yeah, very simple.
And all I'm going to just do is, I don't know if you can see this okay. Yep, so again, just, and the reason I've mixed it is quite nice, so I'll do this, and just literally putting it in and out, and just giving it a little quick dot as we go, just to tidy it up, and just, so you've got a nice shape edge. I don't know if you could see that, but I just literally went across the pan just to take away the sort of trail, because obviously when it comes out. So now if you look at it, what's nice is because I've used the two colours, you can see that I've got on that side like the nice sort of mix of colours, and if I turn it, the same on the other side, so it gives it a little bit of colour. Then you just simply pop the stone on.
And how long do you have to leave that for it to set? You can touch it already, can I? Yeah.
I'll give it a little bit longer to make sure it's nice and set, but you can work with it pretty instantly.
Brilliantly.
And then you would simply pop the gemstone on.
So unlike a resin where you have to leave it overnight, there's absolutely not that resin.
I mean, obviously, the more you use, the longer you need to let it dry, because obviously it is still minutes, but I mean, that's such a tiny amount, it dries instantly. So all I'm going to do is, all you would do then, bend the wire back, cut it off to about 1 centimetre, taking your round nose pliers, create yourself a nice little loop, and you can see I'm doing all of this with the dual enamel on. I'm being careful, so I don't want to handle it too much. And I would have done that directly onto the chain, and that's all you do really. And I did the same with the earrings, except for I just created a slightly different shape, and then just put the beads on, just to give it a little bit of fun really, you know.
Lovely. Well, our graphics are back. So just to remind you of what you are getting in this kit, it's $24.95, and you are getting a beautiful strand of Amazonite, a strand of the chocolate shell rice beads. Then you are getting 3 pots of your jewel enamel, and they are in, what are the colours you've got?
Purple sapphire.
Purple sapphire.
and
the light copper. And what's the other one?
The other one is the diamond clear.
The diamond clear. These are the colours that Laura's just been using. Then you get all the film. We're going to come onto the film in a moment, but you get watermelon, purple flesh, crystal sun, citronella and sugar plum. And then you are also getting all your basics that you would find in a normal kit, which includes your 98 pieces of your antique bronze copper findings, and it also means that you are getting your stretchy, your monofilament and your beading thread, and the beading thread is in that beautiful bronze colour. All of that for just $24.95. Okay.
Right, so do you want to have a little swirl?
I'd love a swirl.
Now what I've done is I've just find because the spatula that comes with the starter kit is obviously silicone, it's fine, it's not going to damage the pot at all in any way. Having fun?
I had a lovely time, thank you.
We now have a pretty pattern.
Can you get the shot of my swirl? Oh, I've moved it.
Move it for you. There you go.
Look at my swirl.
Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? You're going to hate it now because I'm going to pour it, but when you pour it out, it obviously changes a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, what I'm going to start off with is to show you how I've made the beads at the top, the very top, only because I've already got the enamel in here and it saves me having to remelt it to do this stage. So I'm trying to use this this colour. Do what I can in this stage and then do the next stage with little, because every time you change and every time you go to clear, you obviously have to completely wipe out the pot, which doesn't take that long, but you know, obviously I'm trying to save a bit of time.
Sure.
Okay, so this was just a nice little happy accident really. Bear with me because I've not demoed pouring enamel on telly, so if I do this a little bit wrong, I apologise. Okay, so what I'm going to do, look how it changes and it just all swirls down. Now what I want to do, see here, you can probably see I've got a piece of wire. Oh, that was wet.
So you're pouring it straight onto the mat?
Yep, I'm going to pour it, that's why we use the heat proof. Now, I'm just going to let that dry and get out of my way. There we go. That's why it's brilliant, because it just comes straight up. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I've got my piece of wire there, and this is going to be long enough to do a wrapped loop and a little bit of decoration. And what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to try and do this without getting in anyone's way. Just pour a little bit, just to create a bead. Whoop.
And you're pouring that directly onto the wire?
Just directly onto the heat mat over the wire.
Pretty.
Okay, now that's just going to stay like that. And what I want it to do is I'm going to just let it dry, just enough for me to be able to pick it up and turn it over. Because I'm going to do it again on the other side, and then that's going to create my bead and trap my wire inside the bead. Once it's inside, it's going to be lovely, it's going to be solid, it's not going to go anywhere. Okay, so it shouldn't take too long because it's only a very fine little layer, still a little bit wet.
If you wanted to make that into a shape, could you just sort of keep spatulaing it, or is it best not to touch it?
Well, that's the problem with this, is that once it starts to, as soon as it comes out, it starts to set.
Okay.
So if I was, I'll just show you very quickly with a little tiny little pour here. I'll just pour a tiny little bit here, if it comes out. Oh, it was
Don't forget, if you do have any questions, then please drop us a text. It's 60777, and you need to start your text with JM Studio, otherwise it won't make its way to us. That's 60777. Any questions for Laura, and if we can demo or anything, then we will try.
So you'll see I've just poured that out, and already, if I do that, see how it starts to set, so it starts to, it's very hard. You don't really want to try and, because that happens and it just goes into a mess.
Yeah.
So it really is best just to be patient. If you're not happy with it, pour it back in. I mean, I can pick that up now, pop it back in my pile, or pop it back straight into there, so it's fine. This should be okay now. Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to pick that up.
It came off easy.
And just show you the back. You can see the back there, and it's got the wire. At the moment, that's not going to be secure because it can easily come off, but you can see how it's got the slight texture as well of the mat.
Yeah.
So that's quite nice. So now just pour it over. We're in the right place, yeah. Just move all of this out. You can get a little bit of in a mess, but I can. I'm not known for my tidiness. I'm just going to take away any kind of thing that's going to cause this just dried a little bit where it's just been on the end. Most of the heating element is at this part of the pan, so obviously anything that's on the outside is going to cool a little bit quicker. So I'm just going to get that going down there a little bit. And then I just want to pour this on top. I don't want to go too mad. Doesn't matter if it pulls off a little bit, don't worry about that. It's just gonna let it happen, because you can cut enamel as well. so you can trim it as well.
With normal scissors?
With normal
or?
scissors. However, I have hairdressing scissors because it's all I could find. Normal crafting scissors are preferable as long as they're sharp and they can do it. It's either that or children's scissors. That was my option.
That was your option.
So I went with that.
I used to hate those safety ones. I remember being in like year 2 going, these are
They don't do
rubbish.
anything. Yeah. So again, anything on your spatula, just take it off, pop it back in, it will instantly melt. So you can take all of these little bits here and take them off and they will instantly melt back into the design. So if that's still a little bit soft because it's giving me a bit of resistance when I go to pick it up. So I'm just going to let that set for 2 more seconds. And what I'll do you want to choose one of the films for me? You can choose
I'm
any
going
one
to
you
go
like.
with this purpley one.
Right,
I think it's
okay.
called Sugar Plum.
Sugar Plum.
Plum, plum.
So what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to cut a little bit off, or you can cut or rip it. It's easier just to cut it to start off with.
There you go.
Okay. If I just there we're all right. See, it's still a little bit soft, so I can wiggle out with my fingers. What I can do is just snap it off like that. And now that's more of an even shape. That wire is nice and encased, and you've got a nice little bead. It's not the prettiest looking at the moment. So you can see it's a little bit odd looking. I've got enamel on my fingers. And so I'm just put that in there. So now what I want to do is give it that nice sort of sheen. So what I'm going to do now is cut a piece of this. And what I'm going to want to do, I don't want a massive piece. What I want to do is wrap. I want enough to be able to wrap the bead.
Okay.
So cut it a little bit to size. Doesn't matter if it doesn't completely cover it. It's nice to see a bit of the colour as well. So you can cut it quite thin. Just keep going and keep all of these bits that you're cutting. Keep them all because you can use all of this film. Okay. So I'm looking at that. That's going to be quite nice. It wraps around quite nicely. Still see a little bit of the enamel, so you can see that there. It's just a little strip.
We've got lots of people on the phone lines. Please, if you have entered a queue, please just stay where you are. The call centre are trying to get to you as soon as they can. So thank you for joining us, but please just stay where you are.
Okay.
You will all get one. We've got enough in stock.
Right, I'm just going to, bear with me, I've used this one before. I'm just going to use the heat gun. What I want to do is just melt, just to warm up the enamel, just enough. And I'm just going to place my film on it. Now I'm just going to use my hand just to hold it, just to get it started, and you'll see why this will happen really quickly. It's just going to, I let go.
Oh, there it goes.
Okay, so it's attached itself to one side of the enamel already.
Yep.
So you can see that, okay? So I'm going to just go around the other side, do the same again. Obviously be aware that your wire is going to get a little bit hot.
The heat gun is available. It's on the website. Can we get some graphics for the heat gun? We're going to try and find you some graphics from the heat gun. If you are buying on the website, then you can just search for it in the box on the top right-hand corner. Speak to the call centre, but we're going to try and bring you up the graphics in just 2 seconds, so hold on for that.
Okay, so you can see that was really quick, and it's already it's attaching itself on both sides. So use your pliers if you don't want to. You obviously got to be careful because it is going to get hot, but I just want to, I'm putting it on the fast one, so I just want it to see how it's going to, oops, and it will fold itself in, and it's wrapping itself, and you can focus a little bit of heat on it and it'll fold itself in. Can you see that?
Yeah, because you're almost getting like a metallic lustre as well.
Okay, now be careful because obviously you still have the enamel underneath that, and that enamel can still reheat and melt, so you do have to be careful about that. But you can see all I wanted to do was that kind of effect, okay? So it's all sealed on now, and what I'm going to do is just quickly taking my pliers, I'm going to just do a quick wrapped loop. Nice and simple, just wrapping the wire around. Wrap it around once and twice. With my excess, I'm just going to form a little spiral.
Yay.
Okay, left that a tiny bit short, but it doesn't matter, it's still enough to give a bit of a pattern.
I love it that we're mixing mediums as well here, so you have got your wire with your, because it doesn't have to be, you don't have to just be focused on one thing.
No, it's nice to have a little experiment and see what you can come up with, really. This is a good thing if you wanted to make a ring as well, because you've got your wire inside there and you could just then form the ring out of the excess wire. So again, I'm just going to do this really quickly. It's just a little bit of a spiral. Okay, and they're there. Now, that will be my front. So what I need to do now, it gets a tiny little bit messy, probably because there's probably a better way of doing this. It's just how I personally like to do it. Oh no, it isn't, I'm lying. I'm going to put that to one side. What will happen later when I melt the dual clear enamel, I'm going to pour the clear over that. Okay, now it's just going to completely transform the whole look completely, and it will also set that little bit of wire. So what I'm going to do for now, so that's going to just be that, and what I'm going to do is just heat this up.
We've got it coming up in some other colours as well, so we are going to show you that. When will that be? In a few minutes? Whenever's good for Laura, so we'll leave you with these colours at the moment.
Well, you do that now, because I'm just pottering about melting some colours.
Perfect, right. Now, look what we've got here. So it's a similar style kit, but what we're doing on this new mid-shift at the moment is that we're trying it out with different colours as well. So if the pinks and the coppers aren't right for you, but you like the look of it, but you still want a great value kit, then hopefully we'll be able to offer you something that fingers crossed might be a bit more up your street. So let me show you. The first 2 strands that we have with this kit is this one here. Is this one? Oh, we're just waiting for the graphics to show up on that one. So that's going to be, I'm going to show you the jewel enamels first. I don't know the sizes. So in the jewel enamel, we have got a pink sapphire. So we had the purple sapphire earlier, the pink sapphire. The rich silver, I can see that one being very popular. And again, we have got the diamond clear. We do have a demonstration on how we can use the diamond clear coming up very soon. Oh, these are the colours.
Yeah, I've already.
Oh, great, thank you. So this is the silver and the pink. That is great. That's like a real bright cerise.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't expect to get that bright cerise from that powdered pink.
No.
And then the diamond clear is your clear, but it's great to mix in, as Laura's going to show us in a little while. So that's the jewel enamel that you get. Then our wire is 100 meters of the 0.8 purple wire. Brilliant, brilliant. Then we've got our beading thread pack. As per usual, you get your 80 meters of your monofilament, your 6 of your stretchy elastic, and over 50 of your beading thread. Then we've got 98 pieces of the findings. They are in your silver plated findings. And then we also have the films as well. Now, let me see what we get in this film pack.
That is the films from there.
Oh, okay. In this one, we get Forest Bronze, we get Eastern Sky, we get Key Lime, Passionate Pink, and Crystal Aurora. Like 'em. And they are 1/2 meter long as well, so so great value, and they go a long way. Laura does say make sure you keep them. Any bits that you cut off, you keep that because you can use them later. Oh, lovely, thank you. Look, I can see the key lime now. Have a little look. These are them melted down, or condensed down with the heat gun. So look, you got your key lime, your forest green, Eastern Sky, Passionate Pink, and Crystal Aurora. That's what happens with those. And then this is called your Daytime Jewel Enamel Fantasy. We've also got some black agate. Let me just show you the black agate that we've got here in our lovely drops. Very versatile. I mean, this with the pink and the silver is going to work really well together. And then we have a multi-colour agate in faceted rice beads. Pretty colours. You've got pinks in there, you've got browns in there, purples, greens, goldens. That's 80 carats of your black agate and 40 of your multicoloured agate faceted right beads. They are 6 times 4 mils. You are getting everything, including the organza bag. 2 strands, 3 pots of jewel enamel, 100 meters of your 0.8 purple, your threading pack, your findings pack, and your fusible films, all for one price. Brand new today. 50, 45. Now, do not forget, that is for 100 meters of your purple wire. If you got the flat nose pliers earlier and you don't have purple wire, then have some fun with this. £50, it's your entire kit that you are getting, including your 2 strands, your films, your jewel enamels. Exceptional value. Jump on the phone lines, it's a free phone number. No, you can mix all the colours together, can't you? Oh, you have.
I've just done
so you
that.
just put the silver. Oh, and I can see the pink as well.
See the pink, the purple, the silver, and the copper. So I've put it all in there.
Lovely. Is there ever a limit on how many colours you can just?
No, but be aware that you can turn it into one sludgy colour if you get a bit carried away. But again, like we say, there's always a get out for that if that does happen. So
with your mica powders.
Yeah, with your mica powders, and to be honest, I mean, the colours that I'm doing here are really going to be a base, so you'll actually not really see these colours as much. So if that does happen, you can apply it to a technique like what we're about to do.
Perfect. Cool.
Okay. Right. Now I'm going to work on the lampwork bead effect myself. Okay, so what I'm doing is just trying to work this out in my head.
Small queue on the phone lines, so please, we're aware that there is a queue. The call centre are doing their best to get through to you, so you don't have to wait too long. Please stay where you are. There is enough to go around, so just hold on. It is of course a free phone number.
Okay, I'm going to do this slightly different. This has been done before by Liz, this kind of effect, but I'm doing it slightly in reverse. So those little bits of film that I gave you, the cooked pieces and stuff, so not cooked, but just they're there.
What did I do with them?
I don't know what you've done with them actually.
I don't know.
What have you done with them?
Now they've gone. There's a bit there.
Some in there, that's fine. Just a couple, and then there's a bit more over there, sorry. And I will show you how I've got these pieces of film to go like that when I get to the clear stage, okay? So if you want to give me that bit. Where's the green bit gone? Is that bit gone? Not too important,
the lime,
don't worry.
the key lime, there it is.
Yeah, there
key
is.
lime and diamond clear. I love the brown, it's like Mr. Coating, isn't it?
I know, it really is. So what you can do, what I've done is I've dipped these already in clear enamel. Now there's two types of enamel that really bring these colours of these films out, and that's black, which is the jet colour, and the diamond clear. Okay, so I've used obviously the diamond clear, and as they've been dipped in the enamel, you can exactly the same. Cut them up. All I'm doing is just cutting them into a little bit smaller. I mean, obviously you are cutting enamel, so you'd have to be a bit careful, but it does work. You'll probably have proper scissors as well. Okay, so just, there we go. So what I'm going to do is I would have already done that in my clear enamel before I do this stage. What I'm going to do now is pour this into my base. Here I've got a nice heart mould, which we do sell. I like this heart because it's a little bit bigger than the filigree one, so it makes quite a nice focal. And all I'm going to do is pour. So I'm going to just guide it down. I don't want to fill this mould up. I just want to kind of half fill it. Can you see that okay? So I'm just kind of half filling it.
Oh, lovely.
And it's lovely just looking at that. I mean, can you imagine if that was just a pendant on its own? It's just gorgeous, isn't it? And I probably filled out a bit too much, but I'm not going to worry because we're going to build it up. So can you see it? I mean, that makes lovely.
I love that. Look at the pretty patterns.
But I'm going to dip quickly whilst it's still warm these in. This is going to give a nice diachronic effect. Okay, put as many or as little as you want in. Don't worry about the fact that it's dripped over a little bit on here. We'll tidy all that up in a minute. It dries off really quick and just removes anyway. So I'm going to put that to one side while it sets. And what you'll also notice probably on the corner of my mat, you probably can't see it, I'll move it here, are lots of little lovely little dips, little splats. They look random, but there is a reason to them, okay? Okay, what I've done with those, just to create those, is just literally, when you pour it out, just literally pour a couple, it's going to come up, a couple of little drops.
Oh, that looks fun.
Okay, I'm actually just going to get all of this out now, so you never waste your enamel. All I'm doing is just pouring as much as I can out of the actual pan, using my spatula, just to pour a little.
The heat mat is just up on the bottom of the page now. It's $7.95, and that is for the entire heat mat. Very recommendable to get that one. A big essential, because it's that Teflon coating as well. Then you can just quickly pull off.
You can see how much easier it's making my life having that like that. And I've got a little pile there which I'll put to one side, and then that way I haven't wasted any of my jewel enamel. And the reason I've done these is this is all added as part of the effect. So I've done that with the colours as I've been working with it. Okay, so I'm just going to let that dry a moment before I try and pick it off. I always try and do it too soon. And all I'm going to do now to clear off the clear out the heating pan is using kitchen roll. All you're going to do, be careful, it's hot, the enamels are hot,
so
you know,
everything's still hot.
It's really, really hot. And all I'm going to do is just wipe around. Now, if you do fold, not really supposed to, you can, as long as you're aware that, be careful of that wax, make sure that you fold it inside, don't touch it, just be so careful. And just give it a good wipe, because when you're doing the clear, obviously if you leave any colour in, it's going to pick up in the clear. Now when you do melt clear, if you leave it in the pan for a certain amount of time, it will go an amber colour. I think there was a sample of it here.
Oh, yeah.
That one there is clear.
Oh, I like it.
But it is a lovely colour as well.
that.
But it will go, the longer it stays in the pot, the more amber colour it will go. Be aware of that. If you're going to do anything where you want it to be the real clear effect, use it as quickly as you can. Don't leave it simmering in the pan.
Do you know why that is? Is that like a burning effect?
No, I don't know. I don't know. When it first did it, I thought it was something I was doing wrong, but it is. I mean, I've watched a DVD with Liz, which is brilliant. If you're dabbling in with jewellery enamels, definitely get that. It's an essential because she's amazing at this.
Yeah, that'll be $4.95 and it'll be on our website.
She's the reason I started to do it. I watched her and I was like, oh, I need to do that. But it just goes amber. The longer it stays in, the quicker it's going to go. So just be aware of that. I'm just wiping it around as clear as I can.
Do we know how much the melting pot is? The melting. Oh, the melting pot is coming up actually in our schedule. If I had fully read, oh, it's up there, it's over there, it's all set up. Kaz has set it up. We're coming on to that later.
So even as far as
stay tuned.
Even as far as wiping sort of underneath the where it drips down. All right, I'm not going to worry too much about it being completely clean. On this one, you can get away with it not being completely clean.
So if you're setting it on its own, then that would be, and you have more time.
Yeah, and if there's certain techniques that you're doing where you do need it to be crystal clear, then obviously take that time, really take that time. Okay, so using my diamond clear, now you will use quite a lot of this. This is brilliant. I love it, I just use tons of it. Sorry, just see a little spot of quite obvious enamel there. So again, same theory, just pour it in. Okay, so I'm going to show you just quickly how you can add, obviously. It's probably better, a little bit more. Okay.
It just goes so quickly.
It's brilliant, isn't it? So what we can do now, I'll just show you this just quickly. This is how I made these little bits that I've already set into my enamel. So what you would do if you were doing this pendant at home in your own time, you would do this bit first, then you would pour out any excess clear, then you would do that bit there with the mixing of colours, wipe it out and then go back to the clear.
Okay.
Okay. Right, so it just needs to just set a minute. It will melt very quickly. Try to resist the urge to do this. You really want to, don't you? I want to stir it, but it will just give it a few seconds and it will.
Stirrers.
I must stir us. Well, you can see it's practically melted now. So this is like the coolest bit. Where are my little tweezers? There they are. So we're using tweezers.
Oh, I know what's gonna happen.
Put it in and watch if you can see the change.
There we go.
Can you see the change in it? You can't see it as good now. See if I can do one aiming at the camera. So basically you've gone from that to that.
Cool.
Can you see the difference in it? It just gives it out the shimmer and the shine.
You see, that there would make quite a nice earring or something like that if you had it longer and it could be like twisted.
And with the green and all of that, that's exactly what I've done with that, and it's all come out lovely. So that's how I created those, and then you can cut them up again.
Okay.
Okay, so now I've already got my little pot, which has already gone hard now. And what I want to do is pour this clear over this heart. So I want to pour it over here. So where's my spatula gone? Get it down.
Lovely, lovely. And it hasn't gone amber?
Nope, not yet. And I'm just pouring it over the top of the heart. Can you see now how the colours have changed yet again? You probably can't. I can, but you probably.
I think we'll have to get a close up of that. Yeah.
When it's actually
when it's set, maybe.
Set. Just keep going. Pour it right in. Fill all of it up, right through any little sort of gaps, because obviously you get little gaps. And this will build up anyway, so don't worry too much. And again, when I wanted to make my sort of little dots, I just dotted it like that. So now that's just going to have to clear cook a moment. However, here's one I did earlier.
Yay.
This is done using the pink sapphire.
Right.
So it's really quite bright, and you can see how it can change the effect. So when you take it out, it looks a bit like this, which at the moment isn't really looking too brilliant. Okay. But it will all change. So what I'm going to do, and I also did another version there just so you can see the different effect. And what I'm going to do is just show you that. This is just on a round cabochon, and I know it doesn't look nice and tidy at the moment, but it changes as you go.
Yeah.
So I need some more film again, so any colour you want.
Pink, bright pink.
Bright pink. Bright pink. And my scissors, which I put right there. Okay. Thank you. You're like my glamorous assistant, aren't you?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say that.
Okay. And what I want to do is actually, if you turn that pendant over, the back of it, you'll see is caught in some foil.
Lovely.
Or film. And the reason is if it flips around, it still looks pretty.
Yeah,
and there's another reason is because obviously with the amount of sort of more heating we do, you're going to heat up the enamels. By doing this, it's going to seal all the back in. So exactly the same as we did for the bead. I'm just going to obviously make sure you've got nothing around that's going to blow everywhere. Okay, and I'm just going to straight over it, and it will wrap itself. Can you see that? If I just hold it, it's just going to wrap all the way around, and it's sealing. You see that?
Yep.
Okay.
Heat gun is at the bottom of the page there. It's $14.95, and you can just add that to your order. Only ever one postage and packing.
Okay, so now you can see that's pretty much got it. It's nice and secure, and I can touch it. It's fine. This is a little bit warm, but it's actually fine. Now I'm going to do the front. So what I can do, what I might do is just trim it a little bit, so it just wraps in sections around the front. This is all completely freeform what you do here now.
Yep.
Now watch this diamond clear when I heat it up. When you see it, we'll start.
I love these films. I love that kind of
They're great,
petrol
aren't
look
they?
that they have, you know? It's like Mystic Coating, but for
it's
plastics.
the colour is amazing. Obviously go careful when you're doing this. Just because it's still hot, I can re-stick it. Just heat that over. And if you can see, it's all just heating on now. Move it around. I just want to try and keep that heart shape, so I don't want it to lose its shape too much. So I'll just let that, obviously it's going to be a bit hot. It's not going to be boiling. If I pass that, see that up now, see how it's suddenly gotten a lot shinier, a lot glossier, and you'll start to see the sort of shimmers come through now.
Lovely.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I need to now build it up. Okay, so you can do that by adding another piece of different coloured effect across the front now. And again, just simply melting that on.
The graphics are going to go down very, very quickly, but everything should be on the website, so don't worry. And the call centre are superstars, so they'll always be able to help you. The calls are still coming in, and there is still something available, kits and everything available. So please do give us a call or jump on the website.
So you can see how by just doing that, it's changing the look again already. So if I just show you that, just by putting that one colour across the front, it's just changing it again. So it's just building it up.
Lovely.
You see that? I mean, it's still got a lot of texture. It's not flat. If I turn it to the side, you can still see. But that's fine. We're going to add to that. What I am going to do is I've just put some more diamond clear in there. And I remember the bead that we did?
Yeah.
This is really cool, if you can see. So just have a look at it now as it stands. It looks pretty. It looks metallic, but it doesn't look how it should.
Yeah.
Because obviously all we've done is shrunk that to the enamel.
Yeah.
So now, again, this is just using your... so that's it. I got it in. Okay, I'm just going to pour it over.
So that's going over all the wire and everything?
Everything. Probably should have put a tiny bit more, but that's fine. Oh, there we go.
Oh, there we go, big blob.
Big blob. Doesn't matter if it covers the whole of the bead. Look at it now. You can't see that. Well, I'll give it a second to check
the colours.
Just pick it up. I can pick that up slightly. Obviously, be careful when you're doing this. It's hot. Can you see it now? See how it's changed?
Lovely.
And that's caught the wire in it. And take a bit of time if you want to do both sides, you know, if you feel there's any edges. But that now has just transformed how that bead looks.
That would just be nice on just some chain on a bracelet.
It would be a pretty little bead on its own, wouldn't it, you know? And like I said, a ring, anything like that. Pour a little bit more on, but that's just how you get that effect. And that's how the diamond clears changed the colour of the films. Okay, so now I want to start building this pendant up properly now. So I've got this here, and what I can do is just a bit of improvising. I'm just going to put a little bit of this diamond clear on it now, because obviously I've got the films that I've just added. All I'm doing is just pouring it on probably going to be pretty much done with that now. But you can see how it's starting to get really sort of shimmery, so I'm just going to turn that off out of the way now. A lot of this I'm going to be doing...
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so now I'm going to use the low heat.
So you're just softening it slightly so that you can put other things on it.
And then you've got all these little tiny little dots that we've already made that we can start to position. The really good thing about using the clear ones is if you place it over the glass, it gives it like a completely three-dimensional look.
So this is a real whistle-stop tour. Even though we've you know, lucky enough to spend an hour on it, it's still very much like loads of different techniques that you can either use together or you can use on their own and just have a play.
Have a play, and then just by doing that, I'll see if I can just let that show you now. Whoops. There I've just put a little tiny blob there, and I don't know if you can focus in on that, but if you can see it, it's really hard to show it, but...
Shall we use this to point?
You can see it there. It's just, it catches the light. Inside it you can see the reflection of the film. It's hard to show it properly. Can you see it there?
There you can.
There you go.
Yes.
See how it shows that reflection of the light inside it? And then there's the little one there. And so I'm just going to keep building. Now the little extra trick that I'm going to do now is I'm going to soften this. Again, just heat it up. And I've got a little...
Oh, what are you going to do now?
Just softening it all up. Not too much, I don't want to lose any of the little blobs. Just taking a little thing, I'm just going to sprinkle some clear enamel onto it. You actually should have done this on a piece of paper because you could pick up the excess. Pop it back in there.
Okay.
Obviously, I would then be able to get that.
Yeah.
Because when I heat this, you end up with what I have at home, got loads of little heated up bits of
that's all right.
enamel, but I'll just move it out of the way.
Yeah.
So now I've just put that on, and now I can use my gun and heat it up. And that's going to have gone on everything. If you've got any little bits here, just take a bit of focus on it and it will blob it.
That was nice. There was like a little bit of a nick that was up and you just concentrated the heat on that and it just all melted back into it.
I'll try and do another one for you now. So again, and you know I've got a couple of these sort of coming across like this, just to give it a bit of texture, so it's still quite warm.
There's so much scope.
Just giving it, it will, as soon as you start doing it, it will kind of almost instantly glue on. I say, one ran off, but and you can see just by doing that it will glue on, change a little bit. Just put it on. It's kind of creating a little face now by the look of it. You know, and you know, because I'm not getting it too hot, I can put my fingers on. It's not burning me hot. And then I might want to put another little bit of film on. So if I've got a bit of, do you want to grab a bit of film, a bit of green or something?
Oh, is this the key lime? Key lime.
Just cut a little bit of that off. Put that on. Can you see how that just instantly wraps itself? And if I just direct the heat onto it, it just catches it and that there.
Oh, that's nice. Just that stripe.
Yeah, just that stripe there. Ooh. And then I put maybe, again, I'm going to put a little bit of this on. Again, a bit of paper would be ideal, but anyone knows me knows I'm not organised. Back in there, and that saves it all blowing about everywhere. And then if I just show, and then that just straight away sets that green off now.
Yeah.
So, and if I just show you here, I've got a little bit I just want to focus on. I can just put that heat in and it goes in. And you notice, even though I'm doing all of this, I'm not losing the shape of the heart. I'm still getting that heart shape. And then just one more little bit, say here, of the little blob of, just to melt that on. And it just gives that same effect. So I can still pick it up and you can get the, can you sort of see that now and get the actual effect of it?
Oh, look at that.
Can you see it?
That is great.
And you build it up. And then just obviously I've put wire through it. So what I need to do is cut length of wire, cut it in half. I don't need that much, I'm being generous. Any sharp sort of object, an awl, you know,
one of those.
One of those.
Spiky thing, like a reamer, but without the.
That's it, yeah, but without the
sanding bit.
Love how technical we are.
We're really technical. Look at this.
We know our stuff.
But we know how to do it.
We know how to. And just look at the back.
I love the back. Yeah.
Just want you to see the back. And because I did that, because I sealed it in with that foil, if I hadn't have done that, what would have probably happened is that the enamel underneath could start to lose and try to escape, because it's on this, it will start to sort of splodge out, but because it's in there, it's kind of got something to keep itself in. And now what I'm going to do is just using something sharp.
Now, can you do that just because it's been under the heat gun? I mean, if you left that overnight, would you be able to do that?
You would be able to do it, yeah.
Okay.
I would just go gentle with it, and I've just made a little hole just there. And then I do the same again where I want the second piece to go. And just kind of gently turning it. I'm not going in too deep, but now what I'm going to do, can't get it out, is pop my wire into that hole. Don't worry about it, it's because it's hot in here and I'm using lots of. And now what I need to do is reseal around it.
Okay. So how long did you go? Like maybe 4 mils, would you say?
Yeah, not very far, just long enough for it to be able to grip.
Yeah.
And I'm just gently doing this side. Turn it over. Just gently do this side. I'm just heating it all up so it can just sort of go all the way around it. And you can even use the wire and just gently seal around there. And once you do that, the quicker you do that, you've actually got 2 handles in effect then to move it about. Just go gentle with it. And there you go, you just do that, and then you just attach your tassels. And all I did to do that little bit in the chain was simply, I got the toggle clasp and I just poured it in. And that's all I did, was just pour it in.
Pour it into the toggle clasp.
Just pour it into the toggle clasp, and then you get that effect.
Lovely.
And then it's just building it all up, really, and that is all you do.
Gorgeous. Can we get a maybe a close up on this one now as well? That's kind of without the build up. Just another option that you can do. Look at those colours and the swirls. Because you put the diamond clear on top of here, didn't you?
Yeah,
so
I did. Yeah. So if I take that out, I'll show you quickly. Again, we would, because now I've got this on the back, now the back's going to be matte in effect, because the way that you do that is you heat polish it. But I'm looking here and I've got a few little gaps and cracks, and if you can see, there's like a little crack there. And I can see that the paper's sort of coming through. So what I would do, just to finish this off, the advantage of doing it in reverse is you can kind of work a little bit to this. And then you can just, I don't know if you can see, I'll try and hold it up. But I'm actually just going to try to see, did you see that melting?
To make it a bit more uniform, it just comes together.
And melt it, and obviously you can't dip it too much because it's enamel and it's going to run, and it just gently reheat it.
Yeah, it's going there now, it's just shrinking back in.
Could even just put a little bit of this back on it.
Lovely.
Try and get rid of any excess gently.
And I suppose you can just keep on
just
doing
keep
that.
Building it up a little bit like that until you're happy with the smoothness of it. And then just keep going around, and you can just do that, give it a nice little polish, and you can really see the depth of that now, can't you? I'll just let it dry a second and I'll show you. And the other thing I can show you very quickly,
it really went in then.
You've got to be a bit careful, because obviously it can go over because you're melting it, and in fact it will go back to its original state, but you can kind of manipulate it a little bit as well. Sometimes you might even be able to push a little bit of it down there. So you take your time, or if you've got a little one of your little pieces, just melt that onto it.
Go down. So that's a bit of diamond clear that you had that was set at the side.
One of my little splodges, really. And I don't know if you can see that. It's lifted at the moment, and it's going to go.
There it goes. Perfect. So that's gone into the little hole.
And that'll just fill that up.
Brilliant.
That'll set. And just to show you quickly, if I just pop this back in, which was my oh yeah, that would help, wouldn't it? Why won't it do anything? It will melt itself, and then if I add a bit of the diamond clear, you'll see the difference it will create. That real, like I was saying about that translucent effect, that's how you'll create it, by mixing that and that. When you pour it into a mould, it will just be a completely different look. So whereas this has got it will almost create that kind of look, but without having to double layer it, if you see what I mean. It'll create that kind of...
So just another way where you can play with it and just get different effects, or...
and obviously this will melt in a minute and you'll be able to see, but...
So it seems pretty straightforward. I mean, supervised children could do it.
Yeah,
You've done it with
I
Kayla?
did this with Kayla. Liz did an amazing demo the other day where she had a piece of cardboard and she was putting films and gleams and everything. And I actually went home and did one. We cut out a K for Kayla and a J for Jackson, and then they chose fully supervised, completely fully supervised.
It's hot.
It's hot. But Kayla had the gun, you know, and she was able to sort of dry the powders on the pendant.
Lovely.
And they were able to choose their colours and sprinkle it on, and so it is really something you can get involved in, as long as it's 100% supervised.
Yeah, absolutely. It just seems fun. It creates funky, different looking jewellery with a real contemporary edge.
Yeah. I mean, I would tidy that up a little bit,
yeah.
but you can see just how it does a completely different look by using those different colours. And that's the purple, that's the mix, that was the mix of everything in that one, wasn't it? I would just tidy that up, trim it a little bit with my scissors, and then just heat polish it and tidy it up a little bit. Pop a head pin in, and you've got a lovely little pendant there.
Lovely. So you can make pendants, rings, you name it.
Yeah.
Lovely. Thank you so much. So that was the 2 different types in the pink and copper, and then the pink and silver with the amazing wire bundle as well. We're going to go on a very, very quick break. We are going to come back with our star buy, which is our can I say what it is? It's silver chain. We've got silver chain coming up. We've got the melting pots. We've got some more jewel enamel. And if she's not too tired, we might see if you can do anything with the citrine pack that we showed at the beginning. Do not go away, because we are straight back after this.
JewelleryMaker is part of the Genuine Gemstone Company for a reason. If we're going to offer you gemstones, then they have to be genuine, but the only way we can guarantee that is by getting a lab test. This guarantees that you're going to get genuine gemstones, and that's exactly what you deserve.
You can now keep in touch by liking JewelleryMaker UK on Facebook. Get interactive with JewelleryMaker.
We all know you need the right tools for the job, so here at JewelleryMaker we have designed a kit to make sure you have all the essentials to join in with the fun. With round nose, flat nose and wire cutter pliers, as well as a reamer, tweezers and a bead scoop, you've got everything you need in one place for just $9.95. We provide the tools, you provide the skills.
Welcome back to the very first Designer Inspiration Show. Woo! Welcome back to our very first Designer Inspiration Show. Woo, 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 woo. Good work, good work. It's very exciting. I just want to show you what is coming up later on. 10 meters of chain. It's your silver flash copper chain. We had some in gold the other night that I was on. We wrapped up Mikey like a Christmas tree. He was delighted that we did that to him, as you can imagine. 100 meters of your chain. We're going to do you a great price on that. That is coming up, not long to wait. Then we have, as you've just seen, we've got the melting pot coming up as well. We've got these great molds. Look at these. This is all coming as a kit. I love this mold here. Incredible. This is all part of another enamel starter kit. We've got some more enamel to bring you and some gliding wax as well. Then we've got this. These are all our tools. So very, very useful. This is our new essentials featuring all the tools. Brilliant. And we've got some wire coming up as well. And we've got loads of garnet and amethyst as promised at the top of the show. And we will be hopefully going back to Laura Binding just to see what she can do with some bits and pieces later on. So what is first? Jewel enamel starter kit. Okay, it's all over here. Now, melting pot, as you have seen, a massive essential. It's very quick and easy to use. This is all coming as a kit. Have a little look. How long have you had your melting kit?
Probably, I think I got it just about Christmas time last year, but it's having that time to sit down and really have a play with it. Because once you get involved in it, you just don't want to put it down. You just be there for hours.
Oh, I'm like that with my when I got Perspex, and I still once I'm into it, I don't want the day to end.
That's the problem. You just keep going. You look up, suddenly it's 3 hours later, and you're like, oh.
Now, with the melting pot, as we discussed earlier, Liz Welsh uses it in her plastic because it just heats it up. You can put water in it, can't you, and use it almost like a bath.
And it keeps like a consistent heat then.
There's loads of possibilities that you can do with this, but as for jewel enamel, it works very, very quickly, and it is an essential, isn't it?
I just love it, and you have to have this for jewel enamel, definitely. I mean, you've got that control, you know. You can keep it. You've got your heat pad. You put it to one side. You put the lid on it. And it also can be used for polymer clay. Cooking polymer clay. I'm not going to lie and say I know how. No. But I know that Debbie has said you can actually cook polymer clay in it. Brilliant, brilliant. Then we've got the 3 different moulds. Now, I love these moulds. Did you put something on Facebook using this this mould the other day? I've seen something, and it was the face mould, and it was red with some tassels down. It looked brilliant. No, I've not used the face mould actually yet.
Who was that? Maybe go onto Facebook and have a look. Somebody put something using this mould. It looks fabulous. And these moulds, again, you don't just have to use them for your jewel enamel, do you? You can use them with metal clay in this face.
Metal clay, polymer clay, resin, all of those it can be used for. It's brilliant. And because being silicone, they just pop straight back out. Yeah, so we've got the face, we've got the detailed heart there. I don't know whether you can see that there's a pattern in there. So any pattern is obviously going to be transferred after it's been set. And then this one is a square, but it dips into the centre. Lovely, lovely. We've got 3 of those. Then we have our jewel enamel. We've got the ruby red, the amethyst, and the deep gold. Look at the deep gold. The deep gold in a face as a big pendant with some black agates. I've got the face, and I've got the filigree heart. So I'm going to pour this little bit here in for you, so you can see it.
Face. I love the face. So 3 pots. I'm surprised how far it goes, because when you powder things down, as soon as it softens, it kind of reduces, but it still goes a long way, though, doesn't it?
A really,
because you
really
weren't
long
putting
way.
a lot in there.
The only one I use a ton of is the diamond clear for obvious reasons, and we do sell it in a big pot as well. So I would have tons and tons of that, but yeah, this will go a long way.
And then we've got some of our mica powders. Now, you mentioned the mica powders earlier. We've got the mica powder in yellow, copper, and there's a sticker over it. I cannot see. Oh, these are going very quickly. We haven't even brought the price in. Hold on. There's a sticker, and it's silver. I probably could have worked that out, but there we go. Copper, yellow, and silver. They knew it. They had the graphics, and they watched me ruin my nails. Not to worry. So we've got the 3 mica powders. Now, at what point in the process do you add the mica powders?
Right. Well, there's a couple. Basically, what you would do is line the mould with the mica powders, and then pour the enamel on. So you basically get like a little paintbrush and almost just dab it on, and then you pour the mould on and it will set into it. But you can also brush it on after as well. So
if we did the face, we could maybe have highlight the cheekbones.
I'm on it.
She's on it. She's on it.
I'm on it.
She's gonna do it. They don't call her the amazing Laura Binding for nothing. We've got to bring you a prize, because we are being very quick on this. We've got some gliding wax as well in the gleam. At what point do you? She's got her head in
the gilded flake. Oh, the gleam that goes on at the end. Do you remember what I was saying about?
Yeah, you just rub it on.
Sometimes you get the sludge. If you put some of the gleams on, that way you can just then enhance the colours and just basically change the colour completely.
And we've got those in the purple, the green, and the orange there for you. A little goes a long way with the gleam. Great for your resin as well, great for your polymer clay. Right, we sold half of these. We've got to bring you the price. Here we go, here's the price. $79.95. It is everything you need. Get it home, have a play around with it and see what you can do. So we have got the mica powders, the gleam, 3 fabulous colours of your jewel enamel, the great moulds and the melting pot as well. And as we've said, the melting pots will be able to use for everything else. The colours, if you've already bought one of the kits today, the colours of the enamel are going to go with everything. You can swirl them around. And don't forget, we did have the heat gun. That was $14.95. That was on earlier, and I do believe it's right at the bottom of the screen there in the also recommended. Just so that you can, oh, I missed this out. These are the Stellar Flash. So these are basically chopped up bits of the film.
Oh, they're brilliant. They are. They just go in straight into the film.
So you can just sprinkle that in and you get that amazing pearlescence.
Yeah, it just gives like a little sparkle if you do that. It is really cool.
Great.
I love them.
$79.95 and you get all this. Brilliant. Like we said, this is not just obviously the jewel enamel, that's just for your jewel enamel, but then your mica powders and your gleam, your moulds and your melting pot will span over other mediums that we will aim to bring you over the next coming weeks of our new Designer Inspiration show, which is far more designer led. We want to show you more demos, be able to bring you more new ideas, and that's exactly what the mid-show is all about. There's a little bit of a queue on the lines. We are going to have to move on. We've still got lots to get through. There's enough to go around, so please, if you wouldn't mind just staying where you are. It is of course a free phone number, and the call centre know that there is a queue, so they're going to try and get to you as soon as they can. Right, we've got to move on. Now then, we've got the new Essentials kit here featuring, this is, I love the helping hand. It reminds me of Johnny Five. Is it Johnny Five? Yeah. In Short Circuit?
It reminds me of Toy Story.
It reminds you of Toy Story?
You know, when Woody's ripped.
Oh, when Woody's ripped. And it's great for people like me whose eyesight really is failing, and I should really get my eyes tested again. It's also great for holding. If you wanted to hold some chain in between these, and then it will allow you more scope. It will to be able to, for example, we talked about this once before, didn't we? That if you're doing a charm bracelet and you want to clasp the chain, and then you can really quickly add the charms.
Length of chain
because it will go right out.
And hold cut it at the length that you want. Hold it in either little hand, and then you just add your jump rings, or you can just add your wrap loop straight to it, and then you've got it led there, and you haven't got to faff about thinking which links am I on now. It's all nice and clear for you.
Yeah, it's like even when I didn't have eyesight issues, I used to have one of those mirrors that was like bolder on one side, and for plucking eyebrows or something, then it's an essential. Even though you don't have a problem with your eyes, there are some things where it really helps to have a better view, and this is one. And I'm sure we could think of lots more, but we won't go there. So you've got a lot of scope here. Very, very handy. Then we've got one of the tool stands. Now, I don't know whether you noticed, but we use that a lot in the studio. The guest designers do. It's a great way to have easy access to all your tools, just to be able to see them right there. It kind of keeps your workspace nice and tidy as well. Then we have this. I don't know whether you're a bit like me and you start threading on some beads, and then after a while you go, does this work? And you try and put it around your wrist. It's really handy to have this, because instantly you can see for different shape sizes, different wrist sizes. You can always use it for your necklaces as well, that you can see how long, because you can use the one at the bottom for necklaces. You can see how long everything needs to be by just wrapping them round. If you are going to a craft fair and maybe you've got a design that always sells well, then you can uniform them in the sense of making 3 of these, 3 of this size and 3 of that size, and off you go. So it just gives you a little bit more scope in a tidy way to keep everything nice and tidy, have everything in one place, and to really easily be able to see the formation of your design as well. We are going to bring you a very, very low price. You do get all 3. This is an introductory offer for our designer-led mid-show. £7.95? That's brilliant. Love it. Whatever mediums you do, these are going to be very, very useful. Your toolkit as well to tidy up your desk. Your Johnny number 5 here. So you got your 7-inch, your 7.5, your 6.5, and your 6 for your wrists, as well as your ruler at the bottom in your inches and your centimetres. Great way to be able to build up your design, to be able to see what's happening. And also, I'm really bad, is I've just been making a long necklace, and I'll have my 3 lots of beads in different things on the pink beading tray, and I'll just get going, I'll get in a rhythm, and I'll be watching the TV, and then I'll realise that 10 minutes ago I put 2 of the same next door to each other, and then I have to pull them all off. Whereas if you've already set it out and you know what you're doing, it minimises the chances of that happening. Is that me? Do you do that? Oh, I forgot. Can I have my face?
Yeah.
Could you pass it? Could you pass it?
And then I find a tiny bit of the mica powder.
Brilliant! So you put a bit of mica powder in there, so you've got the shimmer.
Yeah,
loving the
we've
shimmer.
got the heart here, which has got.
I love that. And how did you put the wire in? Just like you did earlier.
Cut a length off, put a tiny little bend, really little, just so it can grip, and just placed it in where you can see one there that I've done. I'll show it to you.
Bring it over, lovely.
Bring it over.
Thank you.
It just needs to set. Give it a couple of minutes, and once that's set,
so that's just setting in there.
And there's your heart.
And there's some mica powder. Oh wow!
That's it. That's
She's
what you
quick, isn't she?
Oh,
so that one's the one with the beautiful pattern. This was the starter kit that we showed earlier on. You've got the pattern there. And it's using the mica powder just to give that little bit of a shimmer, not too much.
No,
but just a little.
The flash in the square one. When the square one comes out, the stellar flash is in that one.
Cool, cool. Is that? Can I get that out now? Do you think?
Have a feel. See what you think.
Ooh.
It doesn't take.
Look.
And what you would do, that one had mica powder in, quite a lot of mica powder in it already, so that's the effect. And what you would do is heat polish that by just literally putting a heat gun over it, and then that would give it a glossy look and change it again.
Lovely. So with any of the scraps, with the mica powder, you can just use up that enamel, doesn't matter if it goes a sludgy colour, and then you can just use loads of mica powder.
You can see the difference, and if you look on the back, you should be able to see the stellar flash in a little bit there, maybe. There's a few of them in there.
Brilliant. And the heat gun is right at the bottom there.
Yeah.
$14.95. Lovely. Thanks so much for doing that. That's great. Right, we're going to move on to the wire. No. Oh, now this, early on in the show, we've shown you 0.8, we've shown you 0.6. Now this is the real structure wire. We've got it in 0.5 and 1.25, both in your 10 meters. It's in the lovely antique bronze, which is very, very popular. Great for your vintage jewellery. Great for using on the top of your enamel as well. Now you would use this for the hammer, wouldn't you?
Oh yeah, I'd use that for cuffs, hammers, torques.
Oh, they're great for
yeah,
torques.
Bookmarks.
Yeah, lovely.
You know, anything you want to create a frame with, really, then that's what I would use it for. You know, rings, just simple hammered rings, anything like that.
Lovely. It really gives the structure to your design, and then you can use the smaller gauges for your detail. Now, because this is the structure, you do not use as much as you would with the smaller gauges. If you're coiling something, then obviously it's got to go quite a long way, so you kind of need your 100 meters off. But with the 10, this will still go a long way, won't it?
Because there are things that you wouldn't use it for. I wouldn't use that for coiling because it's such a thick wire. You wouldn't get that neat coil. You know, yeah, exactly. You would only use a fraction to make a ring, probably about 4 or 5 inches, but not even that, you know, to spiral and form it around. And if you've got the metal ring mandrel and the little interchangeable hammer, then you can hammer the ring around the actual mandrel as well. Lovely. And you can hammer the wire for that.
We do have an interchangeable hammer which gives you different textures as well, which is great to work with this, isn't it? Okay, so you are getting 10 meters of your 1.25 and 10 meters of your 1.5 for one price. And one price only. We're limited in stock, and it's $12.95. How much? That's really good, because the 10 meter one of 1.5 is so weighty. You're getting a lot there.
Yeah.
Great value, $12.95. It will last you a long time. As you say, great for the torques, for your to go around your neck, where you can hang the pendants off. You can hang the jewel enamel. For example, if you just have that as a pendant, and then you can use the 1.5 or 1.25 as a torque, and you can hammer it, give it texture. Very, very simple. It's going to look great. Something a little bit different. Right, we're going to move on that. That's just $12.95, and that is for 20 meters. Silver chain, not long to wait. There is 10 meters of silver chain. It's going to go a long, long way. Sorry, Pip? How far does 10 meters go? Well, it definitely 10 meters.
Yeah, let's not try and work that one out again.
10 meters goes 10 meters, and that's the end of that, all right? They're finding themselves very funny in there with that joke. They're chucking it away. Right, what's next, boss? Moving on. Our jammy gemstones. Oh, the box. Ah. Oh no, not this one. Box number 3. Ooh. This should not be in there. A garnet collection. Oh yeah, the garnet collection. Garnet collection. I got all confused with my boxes. It's easily done. So this is the garnet collection from around the world. In this you get 2 carats of the Mozambique garnet, a Madagascan colour change garnet, a garnet from India, a sparkling hessonite garnet from Madagascar, a cut demantoid garnet, savarite garnet, a cabochon of red garnet from India, some more demantoid garnet, a brilliant cut imperial garnet. So the demantoid is the rarest type, and I've already counted 2, and I'm only on number 8 at the moment. Imperial garnet, rhodolite garnet, a brilliant cut, a spessartine garnet, a Zambian garnet, another Zavarite garnet, a Mali garnet, which is extremely rare, a rough Mozambique, a rough Zavarite, a rough Zambian, a rough spessartine, and a rough rhodolite garnet. There's so much in this, absolutely beautiful, and there are 5 boxes at the bottom for you to collect your own. Garnet has been around for centuries and centuries, put into various different types of jewellery throughout the years. It's that beautiful red colour. It's a timeless symbol of feminine beauty, and it's also known as the Queen of Gems. It's the history spans back from the Bronze Age, and of course it is a birthday stone for January. What an amazing gift. If you are watching with somebody else, right, remember this code, remember the code that's up there, and maybe get it for them. An amazing collection gift for Christmas, for birthdays. And we are limited on stock on this. You are getting so much here, not just your rough cuts, but your brilliant cuts as well. The Zavarite is that amazing green colour, very, very rare, and the quality of the stones that you're getting is exceptional. A major collector's pick is the garnet. It symbolises for many faith, truth and light as well. So there's that beautiful healing side and the meaning of gemstones that comes with your garnet as well. I also like the fact that it used to be a lucky charm. It used to bring you luck, but if it was ever stolen, then it would bring the thief bad luck. Love that. I love that. That's with our garnet. We are limited in stock. Let's bring you a price. $34.95. Do not forget what you are getting here. Beautiful clarity, amazing cuts, and very, very rare garnets. The demantoid, for example, and oh, what was the other one that was really rare? I'm just reading down the list. Oh, the Marley garnet, extremely rare Marley garnet. You're not just paying for the beautiful stones, the clarity of stones, the high-end stones, but you're also paying for the cuts there. You've got brilliant cuts, you've got fabulous facets. There's, I think we might have some Zavarite coming up later. Zavarite garnet, and that's the green, as I mentioned earlier. When they first found that, they weren't in Tanzania, they weren't allowed to mine it. So the person who originally found it had to go to Kenya and to drill down and find it that way. And then the Kenyan government gave him the right and the authority to actually mine it and to export it. So it's been very, very protected. And then Tiffany & Co. go and launch it, and the price soars up and it becomes a luxury item as well. $34.95. You are getting 20 fabulous garnets, and you're getting 5 empty pots for your future collection. Beautiful collector's choice. $34.95, and we are limited on stock. Have people coming on the phone lines for that? There is a little wait. It is under a minute, so please stay where you are, and the call centre know that you're waiting, so they're going to try and get to you as soon as they can. I do apologise for that one. Right. Box number 4. Haha. Garnet plain. What are we calling these? Rounds? These aren't plain rounds. They're called rounds, but they're more ovals. They're kind of flat as well. What type of garnet is this? Do we know? Garnet plain rounds, approximately 10 millimeters. This is box 4, isn't it? I wonder whether it's box number 1, because these are plain rounds. This looks like it might be Hessian. Box number 1. And these look like they're 10 mils as well. I think it's these. These are our garnet plain rounds. Don't you worry, my love, in there. This is much more like it, yeah, because look at the carat weight on these. Over 400 carats of your plain rounds, and they are in your 10 mils. You get that deep, deep colour of garnet. Don't forget, it is a birthstone as well. It's the birthstone of January. There you go. Beautiful. Give it as a gift. It is considered lucky. You don't have to have it as your birthstone to be able to receive it. That gorgeous, gorgeous colour would also work well in men's jewellery because it's that deep colour. Lovely. Goes well on my nails. I like it. Okay, let's bring you a price on this one. $7.95 for over 400 carats of your garnet. They're in the lovely plain rounds. Real show off that deep, deep colour that you get on these, but you can still see those lovely red hues coming through. Great for Christmas. And great to, we always get so obsessed with Christmas that we forget that January is afterwards. And so you need to make sure you get your gifts in for the birthdays in January. And yes, and making your stop as well as stock. We are low in stock on these. Please hold on the phones, and don't forget, if you are buying on the website, please check out your baskets as soon as you can. It's very important with the low stock, just to make sure that you have got a strand that is then going to be making its way for you. Until you check out of your basket, it's not, you can just see it, but it doesn't mean to say that one of these is guaranteed there. $7.95. Only ever one postage and packing for the day, so if you do buy anything on this show now, then you can still add it to it for the late show, which is going to be Ed tonight, I do believe. And if you've already bought something with Jenny, then you don't have to add another $2.95 because that's already been paid, so you can just add to your order. Right, what? Box number 2, what's it supposed to be, love? Yes, we do have 600 carats of our garnet in our plain rounds. This is it. Again, very, very similar to that strand, but these ones are bigger. Great, great size on here. 12 mils, and you are getting 600 carats. Beautiful, beautiful, a real statement piece. You don't have to go gem heavy with these. Imagine this with just some gold wire, some silver wire. What would you do with these strands, Laura B?
Oh, I like them. I would probably do something quite simple. I love one of those on a head pin and then hanging from an eye pin. So you have that metal there, and then you have the stone there, so that gives quite a dramatic but simple look. So I'd do something fun like that.
And if you have them really long, then it's quite elongated to the neck, isn't it?
If you've got your hair up or something, and then that way it catches all the light, because obviously garnet is quite a dark stone, isn't it? So sometimes you need that light to be able to shine on it to really appreciate the colour of it.
You get those lovely red hues then, don't you? Because sometimes it can look almost black. You can tell that there's something else going there, but as soon as the light hits it, then you can see that lovely flash
So if
of
you've
red.
got your hair up or you have short hair and you've just got that drop there, you've got all the light going around it, so that's a real nice sort of feature.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, we are limited on stock on this as well, so let's bring you the price. $8.95. This is 600 carats, and they are 12 mils. As I say, you don't have to go gem heavy. Use these so that the light can go through them, so you can really get the most of that natural quality. Beautiful garnet. It's still your birthstone. We're just going to be doing a little bit of time on the garnet and on the amethyst as well. Limited in stock. Jump on the phone lines. It is, of course, a free phone number. It's 0800 644 655. $8.95 on that. Lovely, lovely. Moving on, moving on. Ooh, box number 3. What should it be? It is our Severite garnet. Now this is that amazing green garnet that I was telling you about. Look at the colours. Very, very rare. Now, this is similar to tanzanite in history on this one, in the sense that it wasn't found until the 1960s in Tanzania. And as I say, the man who found it was not allowed to take it out of the country. He wasn't given permission to mine it. So he made it the next 10 years his kind of life ambition. So he went into Kenya, found deposits of it there, but obviously they had to really dig down and go and find it. About 10 years later, he finally got hold of it. So it was basically the same mine, but he'd gone over the border to try and get to it. Was then allowed to mine it in 1970s, and it was then named by Tiffany & Co. Well, it was launched in a marketing campaign for them. And then, of course, as soon as a company like Tiffany & Co. start talking about a stone, then that was its real big launch. So it's synonymous with luxury. From Tanzania as well would work really well alongside your Tanzanite. It's still garnet. Maybe you know somebody who you'd like to give garnet for a present, but the whole red thing just isn't going to work with them. Green. Get them green and tell them the history of it. Tell them how rare it is. We are limited in stock in this, so we do have to bring you a price. $27.95. Okay, it's a more considered purchase than our lower value strands, but look at what you are getting. Tsavorite garnet in its rarity and in its beauty, and you're getting the history behind the stone as well. 60 carats that you're getting here, and it's linked with Tiffany & Co. Beautiful. You can, of course, make sure you check out of your baskets if you are buying on the web. There's a little bit of a queue. It's hardly anything at the moment, so please just stay where you are. This is the sort of strand that I would recommend getting the authenticity certificate. So anything before we will buy anything in, it's always gone through 3 laboratory tests to prove that we are getting Tsavorite garnet, that we are getting amethyst, that we are getting sapphire. You can also have that reassurance by speaking to the call centre and adding to your order for 50p, or you can add it onto your web order again for 50p, and it's just a certificate to say that what you have is the real McCoy. You can also just download it free when your order has been shipped, and there will be links to your order for you to be able to get that. $27.95. Gorgeous, gorgeous. We've got to move on. Moving on. Box number 4. Is it our Hessonite garnet? There, good. Hessonite garnet here. Those beautiful cinnamon tones. These are all your best stone for January. Look at that. Those orangey colours. They're really warm colours, autumnal. You know it's going to work so well with your goldens, with your tiger's eye, with your bronzite. That bronzite that we had earlier would look great with this. We are low in stock on this strand. It's your cinnamon stone. They are in your polished ovals, plain ovals, and you are getting 40 carats. They range from 10 times 7 mils to 6 times 4 on an 18 centimetre strand. We're low in stock. Let's bring you a price on these. $14.95 that you are getting here. This is great value because you're getting a stone that's rare, beautiful, polished, and you're getting that colour. You can see that colour and you can show it off. Whiskey tones. Oh, whiskey tones. Beautiful. They're getting upset now, and it's got Mahuka honey tones as well. Any other tones from the gallery?
Honey whiskey.
Honey whiskey. Oh yeah, you can get honey whiskey, honey. We bought some for my father-in-law last Christmas. Honey whiskey. It's just not quite. I can't. I like whiskey in things, but I can't drink it on its own.
Oh, I drink. I can.
Do you drink it on its own?
Well, it sounds bad now. Yeah, on its own or with water.
On its own or with water.
Or ice. But no, I can drink it neat.
Gorgeous colours. Right. $14.95, we've got to move on. We are really low in stock on that one. Make sure you check out of your basket as soon as you can. Box number 5. Now I've got this strand, but in the slightly bigger ones. It's the rough nugget garnets. You've got 300 carats here. I love the organic feel of these. I think they make great charms, really unusual. Now this strand is brand new. I've got they're slightly bigger than this, maybe twice the size of this. These are in your smaller nuggets. They are 10 by 6 to 14 times 12 mils. I love the organicness of them. Beautiful. This is how they naturally are. Okay, they're rough cut, but they're not gonna hurt you. You're gonna be absolutely fine with those. They're great for your autumnal jewellery. Great for your men's collection as well, and works so well with your wire. Pop these on head pins, make a long chain out of them, make them a feature. Oh, what was that for Christmas, did you say? Guys are hard to buy for Christmas, Phil. Yes, you lot are. But make something, an original piece of jewellery, something a bit different, and the rough cut ones are really lovely for that. New today, we've not had them in this size before. Great with the antique bronze finies, it's going to work great with your bronzite. We've got to bring you a price. $6.95. Great strand. You're getting, what did we say, 300 carats as well. It's something a little bit different. Any of your other rough cuts are going to work with this. You know what it would look nice with? We once had some rough cut rose quartz. Brown and pink looks good, doesn't it, Ben?
It does.
Beautiful. $6.95. Brand new today, jump on the phone lines 0800 644 655. And don't forget to check out your boxes as soon as you can. Beautiful. We got. Oh my God! It's going on the phone. What's going on? What's going on? Do you use the rough cut nuggets?
Yeah, I do. I think that they add a bit of texture to your pieces, don't they? So if you add them, I don't necessarily use them with faceted, but maybe when you've got your plain round stones and things like that, they add just a little bit of difference to it, really. So yeah.
Yeah, lovely. I'm thinking, we did have rough cut tiger's eye in. Can you remember?
Yeah, I've seen the rough.
I don't know whether we've got any of that left now, but I'm thinking that would look great with these because it's got that golden flash. It will just pick it up.
Pick it up, help enhance the colour of it as well.
Yeah. And then maybe with some antique bronze wire, but with some little flecks of gold spacer beads, just to lift it a bit.
Yeah, I think it's one of those that needs the richer colours to go with it, doesn't it? It needs like the antique bronze or the copper. Copper would look really nice. It would really lift it up a little bit and bring the colour out of it. But yeah.
Yeah, lovely. Oh, what's coming up in the next half hour? Oh, the chain, the cha-cha-chain. Not long to wait on the chain, 20 minutes. I was going, coming up in the next half hour? I should hope so. Gorgeous. $6.95 for your rough cut garnet there. Don't forget the jewel enamel. What are you beavering away at the moment that we've got?
I'm doing
the citrine.
Yeah, so far I've just done a green ring, a green version. I'm just doing some earrings.
Great, we're going to come back to the end of the show to see that.
Okay,
so
cool.
Don't go away. Stay tuned. February's birthstone. C'est moi. Oh, and Mark Smith. I'm the 12th and he's the 13th. What number? Number 6. Now, I do love amethyst, but I love it when it's this deep purple. Absolutely stunning. These are faceted rounds. Oh, look at that. Gorgeous. Big carat weight on these, 360 carats with your faceted rounds, and these are 12 mils. I guess everyone's different. I like it with silver. I like it with chartreuse as well.
Yeah,
definitely. It works great, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You can mix it with gold. I know, it's just that I don't wear gold.
No, I don't, and I think that's where the rose gold comes into play, because...
What about with this with gold and citrine?
Well, all of the, I often say this, all of those colours, citrine, the lemon quartz, the amethyst, the rose quartz, smoky quartz, prehnite, praiselite, all of those all go together just beautifully. They're such a beautiful combination. And again, then you can team it with coloured wires, you can team it with the copper, the gold, and it just, to me, it really lifts it.
Lovely. Oh, look, you can really see the colours there. The purple jewel enamel. Oh, look at that. Though I like the look of the purple and the gold in the jewel enamel. If you wanted to play around with that as part of a piece, maybe use these in the moulds and then use these as tassels underneath. Gorgeous. That is that was part of the kit. Let's get you a price on this. And we're price slashing. Okay, should it be $17.95, but we are not stopping there. So let's see how low we can go. I love the history behind amethyst. It stands for sobriety. So maybe whiskey girl over here. I'm only joking. $12.95. Great saving there. £5 off. Now, what's going on with the mid-shift price slashes? Do they go up at 5 o'clock? Oh, okay, so they go on for a little while, providing there is some left. So these are faceted rounds, and they are 12 mils. Beautiful, beautiful. $12.95. Don't miss out on those. When they are gone, they are gone. And we can't ever guarantee we can get you them back for that price. Now we've got very similar but slightly smaller again in our faceted rounds. Still sticking on the amethyst. We're doing birthstones of January and February. Graduated faceted triangles. I've gone for number 7. Number 8, please. Oh, now these. Now this has that lovely pink Rose de France look about them. Love the triangles. The they're not what would
Pyramids.
Pyramids. Sort of pyramids. Yeah. They're great, and the fact that you have got those soft pinks. 95 carats that you are getting here in that soft hues. They are 9 times 5 to 18 times 9 mils on a 16 centimetre strand. Now we haven't had these in for very long at all. We are down to our last in stock on these. Love that soft hue. Beautiful. We are going to have to bring you a price on these as we are running low. Okay, let's get our price in. $14.95. You're getting such amazing clarity on this. Beautiful clarity. It's a quartz as well. It's our purple quartz, so you know that it's got a big strength to it. Have a look at it's the clarity in this, and that it's that Rose de France look as well. It's your high end. Use it with your high end metals, your 925, your gold plated, your rose gold plated 925. Beautiful. We are limited in stock on this. Jump on the phone lines. It's a free phone number. We have got one more, and then it's silver chain time. Okay. Box number 10 was the one I wanted to do. Good. Okay, have a little look at these. Not only are you getting a great colour, I love the patterns on this as well. Look at those. It just lifts it, so you've still got that real deep colour, but because you've got the different colour zoning, it can pick up the light, so you can see those flashes of purple. You can also see the way the facets are picking up the light, reflecting that light back out, giving it that sparkle. And I love the cut on these. What are we calling the cut? Fancy irregular nuggets. And they are 15, oh sorry, what do they say? 15 by 15 to 24 by 21, so it is a graduated strand. You're getting 435 carats. The ones in the centre are absolutely huge. We're limited on stock, and this is your price. $12.95 on this. It's great value. You're getting a great carat weight on there, and these can be real features to your design. Love it. If you got any of the gold chain that we had, not last night but the night before, or any of the morning show, that's going to work really well. And we've got our silver chain coming right up, so don't go away for that. Great banding and colour zoning that you're getting in this. Amethyst is an instantly recognisable gemstone. Everybody's heard of it. They know it comes with quality. It's a lot of cardinals and people in the church wear it because it's a symbol for piety. Beautiful. And it's been around for centuries and centuries. It's got a great mythology, Greek mythology tale to it as well. There was the god of intoxication was flashing some advances. That sounds very wrong. You know, sort of trying it on. That's it. Trying it on with Amethystos, and Amethystos didn't want anything to do with it. And she went to go and pray and worship the goddess of Diana. And I can't remember what she's the goddess. Anyway, and as she's on the way, because Dionysus was so disgusted that he had his advances stopped, he turned her, he set tigers onto her, right? No, this is serious. I read it on the internet. He sent tigers after her. Diana, the goddess, thought, gosh, poor Amethystos, and Diana set Amethystos into quartz. Ben's interesting. You might not. Ben is interested. Set her in, I've got to finish it. Set her into quartz. Then Dionysus realised what he'd done. He started crying tears of wine because obviously he's intoxicated. And then it was the wine that coloured the quartz. Oh. You're not interested. That's a mythology. Thank you. Thank you. I'll tell it better next time. I'll work on it. Got to be true. It was on the internet. What number? Not what? Star By. It's our Star By. Star By. First ever Star By. Oh, you asked for it. It might have taken us a little while, but we wanted to source the very best. It's the chain, and it's in your 10-meter format. 10 whole meters. Now, this I think has been touched by. Who's this been touched by? Everybody. That means yours will not be touched by anybody in the office. Don't worry, it will come all neatly wrapped. But you are getting 10 meters. It's a great way. I mean, we all know the advantages of chain. We see it in jewellery all the time. This is your silver flash copper. You've got the dimensions up on the screen right there. It's a great way to make your gems go further as well, so you don't have to be gem heavy. It's great for tassels. Get it home, have a play around with it. There's so much more than you can do with it than just use it as an essential findings. You can use it as a design feature. We've already got loads of people ready for this. It's not a surprise. I know how popular it's been in the last few days when we've been able to bring this to you. We've got to bring you the price, and here it is. 10 meters for $9.95. It's under £1 a meter, only just, but it's there anyway. Loads of chain.
OMG.
Free phone number. It's 0800 644 655. It's our Star By. It's our very, very first Star By of our Designer Inspiration show, which is going to run from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. If you have just joined us for the late show and you're going, what's going on? Is this a repeat of the morning show? No, it's a completely new show. Jewellery Maker has now gone 12 hours a day. Woo, woo, woo!
Yes.
Dearie me. Jewellery Maker is now going 12 hours a day, and we are very excited about that fact. And this show, that's more like it, Ben. Thanks for that. Thanks for that. We've had a great show. Is it time to go over to the LB? Great. We are going to move back over. I'm going to take the silver chain. Cha-cha-chain. I love those headdresses. They're saying maybe those headdresses. I love my 1920s. Great Gatsby. Oh, not in. It was going so well. It's just got in my mouth. Oh. I'm coming over. They told me to put it on my head. It's them in there. It's the voices in my ear. Okay, now earlier on in the show, we started off the show with an hour of Laura binding, which is always a great way to start off. And we brought the first kit, which you'd had a chance to have a little play around. And then part of this new show is that we will offer you the kits in different colours. So maybe something's not right for you, or it's not what you're after, then maybe the other colour match might be. So, and this is what she's created, this incredible ring. and these fabulous earrings, but just using the chartreuse wire and the carnelian and the jadeite that we have as well.
And I was going to do a quick wrapped pendant. I didn't have time.
We just didn't have time.
I've
You've
been
been busy
tidying up all
today. It
jewellery
has been busy. This now, what's happening with YouTube, bosses? Do we know whether this show will be put up on YouTube? If you have just joined us, yeah, it will be. So, so there was a demonstration of this as well. Look. So earlier on in the show, in the first hour, we demoed how to make this. We also demoed how to make these fabulous earrings. And can I just show the necklace? Now, this was with the original colour kit. Look at those. And we've also had an hour of jewel enamel this afternoon as well. So if you have just joined us, all this will be on YouTube. Yeah. Great, great. Now join the phone lines for the chain. There is some still available. It's been very, very sought after and very, very popular. Jump on the phone lines and don't forget to check out your baskets as soon as you can. Could you mix the chain with the jewel enamel?
I've not done that. I will try.
Because essentially you could possibly just put it in and put it on top.
Similar theory to the way that I did the
wires.
With the wire. I shall make it a mission to try and find out for you.
Yeah.
For my next time.
Lovely. Again, if you have just joined us for the evening show, the evening show is coming on. This is just the end of the afternoon show. Now, Laura is very, very knowledgeable on her wire, but we've also given her the challenge to master jewel enamel, which she absolutely has, and that's why we've had the jewel enamel as well. How have you found it? Doing an hour, 2 hours of demos.
It's been good. It's been different, but it's been fun.
Yeah, good.
Enjoyed it.
Lovely, lovely. And when are you next on?
What, next Wednesday?
Next Wednesday,
yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah.
And when are your next? You've lost the guest night. Do we need to?
Hello.
I can do this. hold on a sec. There we go.
Oh,
when are your next workshops on?
My next workshop, one tomorrow.
What's that one?
They're both, it's just intermediate wire work at the moment. There are others in the pipeline, but at the moment it's just intermediate wire work, and we've got one tomorrow, which is the 2nd, and one on the 9th.
Oh wow, because you had one the other day as well.
Yeah, we're doing about 2 a month, and then there'll be one again at the beginning of December, 14th of December.
14th of December.
Yeah.
Lovely, lovely. Thank you very much. Ed's going to come in. Ed's coming in.
Come in.
Chris, look at your hair. You've done it especially, haven't you, Ed? Look at that.
Suave.
Well, oh look, we're like
For the first day. Otherwise, it'll be messy tomorrow.
What have you got on tonight?
Non-stop clearance deals.
Non-stop 4 hours
and
of Ed.
all those people on the phone lines who just bought the chain, we know you've got an order open now. 1P&P. Don't go away. Non-stop clearance deals and a few special announcements. Ooh. Stay tuned.
Are you new to Jewellery Maker? Would you like to try a new hobby? Then why not give us a call on 0800 644 655 and we'll send you a free